Merry Crimbo, Draco Kraken. Hello. How's it going? Big ol' Crimbo time. Hope everybody Crimbo. Or what did I call this? Crumbolious? Yeah. I hope you enjoy Crumbolious. For a long time I would do that for and I continue to, obviously. For a long time I would just together any mashup of uh Christmas and whatever just to change it to sound weird and different. Because I'm special. Uh and Crimbo's the one that I usually stick with because Crimbo's fun, but Crimbo is also like the Loathing series' thing, and even though I like it a lot, don't get me wrong, um, it is good. Uh, it isn't the one that is mine, so I'll say Crimbo, but if I have to write it down for a thing like this, something like Crimbulonimbus, you know, something like that. It'll be great every time. It'll never get old, never ever. The other two should be here at some point soon. And we'll have the full cast for the days before Crimbololol. Unless Discord kicks me out of the call, in which case, well then I'll be sad. And then what am I gonna do? Be sad. That's the answer. That was the one that I was looking for. Okay. I think close those two things. Yes. Good there. Oh, that's right. Shit. Hold on. Gotta see if I can find something. Um. Uh. Yeah, that's what I want. Yes, sure. There we go. Perfect. Ah, welcome to the fire. Look, you're sitting right there next to the fire. I don't have a fire graphic to put up. Look, whoa. It's the imagination of a fire. Welcome everybody to TableTalk, discussion and discourse. I, as always, am your host, Alejo, aka Great95. And let me put this on loop if I can. There it is. And we'll have this going on in the background. It's getting louder. I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, I mean, we're getting very close to the holidays. We're in fact, at the time of recording, 2 days away, and this will go up on Monday. So, Merry Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas. If not, hey, I hope your Monday's okay and you're enjoying your day off. And if you don't get a day off, well, you should fire your boss, because that's how this works. You're gonna be able to fire your boss on Christmas. That's how America works. And if you're not in America, well, I'm sure you have a lot easier time firing your boss, don't you? We have to go through a whole thing. It's crazy. Secretly the fire in the background is no background music. Alejo just set his room on fire. It's very effective setting my room on fire, honestly. That's why, you know, it took me a second. It took me a second for everything to go up. It's very warm in here. That's beside the point. That's not anything to do with the fire. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Tired.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Christmas shopping. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure to do that like a month in advance at least.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't really do that with groceries, so.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
Problem.
Oh, but yeah. I hope it's not gonna be so hectic for a while. I mean,
it's gonna be tomorrow, and then it'll be less so for a little bit this week until we hit closer to New Year's.
True.
It's gonna be crazy again, but at least at that point, it's basically just gonna be one item that we just have to constantly refill. So we can at least focus on that shit.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, hello, Lux. Got a little crazy, but I think the sun's coming back. What?
Oh my god.
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna stay away forever.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
What the fuck was that called? God damn it.
What?
I'm talking to my music person, and I'm trying to remember the genre of music. It's like, because I'm working on chase themes right now. And I do not remember the fucking style of music that it was.
Oh, I have no idea. Can't help you there, sorry. Hello, bros. Happy holidays. Hello, Timothy. Happy holidays to you as well. I have a fire crackling in the background, by the way, just to add a little bit of ambiance.
Nice.
Considering it will be Christmas when this goes up.
Yep.
So, and everybody obviously has a fireplace now. Obviously. That's a thing that we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
did you see the Aussie Hogwarts?
I did. Yes,
dude, it's so good. I love that shit.
It was so dumb.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's killed me! He's killed me! I didn't even touch him.
I guess I'd say stay away forever if I was the sun. Yeah, right? Exactly. You think God, what's the quote? Shit. Fuck. Do you think God stays away because he's afraid of what he's created?
Yes.
Whatever, it's the fucking, Spy Kids 2 quote. Though I know
was that a quote from fucking Spy Kids?
Yes, legitimately it was in it, but I'm sure it's a quote from something else. Let me find it.
It's a quote from the internet.
Yeah. God quote. Oh my god, that's the third thing. Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? Yes. That's the one.
That's hilarious. Dude.
It's great. Spy Kids 2 is weirdly good.
Oh man.
Wait, was that only there? No. Really? Oh my god, that's amazing. If that was just from Spy Kids 2, I love it. That's so good.
That's hilarious. What the fuck? Why would it only be from that?
They even had Steve Buscemi say it. So, like...
God damn it.
It's the best. It's so funny. Oh, that's what I thought the stream sound was crackling. Oh, yeah. No. That's the fireplace that you are also sitting at. Hello, welcome. Good old Steve B. That's right. He delivers it so, like, wistfully and, like, actually genuinely. It's great. So yeah, not too much of a plan today, everybody. We're just gonna kind of chill out because it's holiday times, and next week is fucking the last Garabingo of the year.
Oh dear God.
And yeah, and so prepping yourself for that takes weeks. Let's be fair.
God, dude, I'm gonna be so fucking exhausted by the time that comes around.
I know. That's gonna suck.
Yep.
But it's what we will do. It is the thing that shall be. Because it must be. And I'm gonna try to get into contact with people so that we can have more than just us there. And hopefully we can have a good old rip roar of a time with fucking Garabingo.
Yeah.
I hope that it's not disappointing this time. We shall see. I'm excited for my 2 bits of lore I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, should be. Nice. I saw that there was some lore that's been in the comments and such, and we have a few things. It's gonna be good. But oh yeah, so I have done my Christmas thing early. Because my mother's birthday is in the same span of days. And so we went and, did that. And unfortunately, she was incredibly ill, which was really sucky for her. Yeah. She's better now, of course, afterwards. But during the events that took place, one of the things that I was given was that handheld airbrush.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
That
the $60 one that's the one the one that you turned me on to.
Yufu or you?
Yeah, whatever that one is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now I have that, which is really exciting. And I need to get some actual paints for it because I don't have any airbrush paints because there's a whole line that Vallejo makes. So I figured might as well use the stuff that's specifically made for it. Even though I could probably just thin down the stuff that I have, but I also need to get cleaner as well. But yeah, so that was a big thing of my gets that I was like, ooh, this will maybe work good for me, or maybe I'll be bad at it. Who knows? I haven't painted in so long, man.
Me too.
It's something that I've been meaning to get back to, and I have a few things that are just right next to me that I want to, but
I'm very excited because I've got 4 monsters to paint, and I love painting big models.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Very cool. I've hit a rough patch on lore myself. Fair enough. That's alright, Lux. I've hit a rough patch on writing in general. I haven't written for months at this point.
Well, I thought you just got done writing not that long ago.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long it's been, to be fair. Time is weird.
Fair.
But the last time that I gave you an update, that was the last time I wrote.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been in a slump. It's just not been something that I can get my mind on.
Yep. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky that I've finished lately.
Yes, I'm very happy for you for that. Yeah. The thing that's actually taken my brain into gear so far for thinking about writing stuff is writing if I want to write a vampire thing. A game, a vampire, the ttrpg is what I mean. But I don't know. It's more taken on the aspect of I bought a lot of those realistic maps from that site. I think it's called apurpleturkey.com for anybody who's interested. And I just went into Tabletop Sim and started importing a bunch onto boards because I was like, oh, this would be good. No, this would be a good one. Oh, this would be, yeah. And so I started doing that. And now I have a bunch of those ready to just pull out. And I found a nice a little table thing that I could use. And it's just kind of where my mind's been, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, can Brogan play bingo? Well, I'm gonna give him the invitation for sure. Yeah. Mary Gary Miss.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pizza Funk. Not yet. I mean, that is a thing that I will not disgrace the holiday with, even though it doesn't deserve
it doesn't deserve to be associated with him.
Yeah, nothing really does, to be fair. But it's gonna be next week that we do the Garrett Bingo, so that we can end it on a high note.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be next week. Brogan's going to be at Garrett Bingo. Shit, he'll see my anime trash. Maybe, I don't know.
Wait, he is?
No. I said I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
We'll see if he can join. We shall see.
Yeah. And then if we do that and he actually manages to show up, we ought to try to find one where he talks about fucking Pathfinder.
Yeah, I have a couple saves specifically for Pathfinder.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Don't you worry, I do.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Brogan's thoughts on Leroy's messed up journey. He might not stick around for the full thing because he gets to be sleepy. In the later hours these days. So
yeah.
We shall see. I've become a bad player. Hello, August. Why? What have you done? Oh my God. What did you do? How did you do this?
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Says the man who's predetermined to call you bad player at this point.
You've poisoned the well. Fuck.
I have, yes.
Oh no. So I was trying to the other day. I was trying to use Fantasy Grounds. That is, for those who don't know, a virtual tabletop that is free, as well as you can pay for it, and you can get a license to make it so that you can host a thing and nobody else needs to pay for it. Which I thought, hey, that might be a good idea, so I bought it. And
go on.
Well, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried. So I did that, and I bought vampire books, of course, to use for the rule set system on it. And it might be just because I'm bad at understanding the thing, but I really, really didn't like its UI or anything. And I really was like, I would just rather have all of the books in front of me and just look through them and find what I need, rather than have all these weird windows and making it annoying to import a map and everything. It didn't feel as simple to do as Tabletop Sim. But again, it might just be that I need more experience with it, but I also don't want to spend the time learning that whole program,
Yeah.
Especially when it's upwards of because it was on sale this season, right? So it was upwards of $70 just to make it so that everyone could play and I could host with it. No, sorry, more than that, because of the content, because all of that shit needs to be in there so that it can actually recognize the roles and everything. So closer to $200, really.
That was the name. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you're good.
Atonal music. That is it.
Oh,
it's very weird. Okay. It's perfect for horror.
Hell yeah. And so I don't know. Maybe if somebody fucking tutorialized me in it and broke it down for me, maybe I could get it. But I refunded it immediately because I was just it was after 50 minutes of me using it and trying to figure out how to make everything go together, and I was just yes, I could do this all in Tabletop Sim very easily. I don't need to get this program to do it, which is unfortunate because I wanted something that could have the actual modules in it, that I could pull from. But at the same time,
yeah, that's kind of why you have PDFs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's one of those things where I wouldn't need as much of like looking at the PDFs or the books, right? Because I could just like click on something and it would be there, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I just have a bad brain at this point.
Could be
to learn it.
I mean, honestly, it can be that can be a thing where it's just as you get older, it's harder to learn stuff.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. No, you're right. And like,
why we all stay rooted on our ways.
Exactly. But like, I'd be willing to if somebody could break it down for me. Like,
yeah,
it's just, I don't know. It was that plus all of the money that I had to spend on things that I already had. And like, I was just like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Is Aiden taking the day off? No, he should be around at some point. He's just running a little later.
Yeah, he's got to cook his 8-course meal.
That's right. Yes, he has to cook his about 12-course meal. Yeah.
Yeah, his 14-course meal.
Right, exactly. His 20-course meal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
After all, you would need a meal that big to play all of your games.
That's true. I would need more than that.
Yeah. Not with that attitude.
Proper portions. Oh. And guess what? Michael Kovac has a YouTube channel. I subbed so fast. Oh,
he's the guy who did the voice of Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
nice. All right, I like his voice.
So just a talented voice actor.
Yeah, very cool. That's very cool. All right. Well, I hope he succeeds well. I'm sure he will. He's not us. So that's usually how it goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything tonight other than just chilling?
Well, I do have a video if we want to do one.
Okay.
But it's probably just going to be a video, you know?
Okay.
It's more just kind of there in case, and I have it queued up just in case. But that was the thing. I also wanted to ask you and Aiden, and at some point I will ask Brogan, just for a reaffirmation of what you would want for the next big campaign thing to play. Next system, right? Because we have a few choices already of the things that we chose before, but just to, you know, because at this point I think it's
just to add more.
Well, I think it's to add more, but also, like, at this point, if you're not sure of the ones that you had before, having a choice now to, like, finalize it, because we're close to the end, right? Hopefully we can get that done in a couple weeks or so. Well, you know. I'm going to stay hopeful. So, but I think that at this point, what I would want to do is actually run that poll for our patrons. In order to just have that set in stone. So whoever needs to prep can start prepping, you know, whenever they want to. Yeah. Between then and now. So what is your choice? What would be the game that you would want to play?
Now, and I only submit one. Could I add in more?
I think, ooh.
Yeah, you know?
That's the thing. I think for ease of choosing for everybody else, I'll see if I can make a poll that can have, like, 3 different choices, right? You rank the first one you would want, second one you would want, third one.
So it's not first past the post, it's the other one, where you can vote multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, give me at least... Well, if you have more, I suppose we can go for it, but give me at least 2.
Okay. Right now, I would love to do either Cyberpunk. That was my original choice, and then, I would also be down with 7th Sea or Traveler.
7th Sea or Traveler. Okay. All right. Sea or Traveler. And I know you don't want to run anything until you've had sufficient time.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be running it. I wouldn't mind playing in it.
I know. That's the thing as well that we need to figure out of who would be running it, right? Because I could do Cyberpunk. I Do I have Traveler? I think I have. I think I bought that bundle.
I think you got it during the
yes,
Humble bundle.
I did. So I could try to run Traveler, which might break my brain.
But 7C is the one I know you don't have because that was the one I got.
And that was the one that you said you could give to us if any of us wanted to run it. Which
I could absolutely just send you the book.
Yeah, which that could work. So, so that's the other thing that I'm gonna have to gauge interest of running the next big thing, between the three of us who have not been running anything for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Cyberpunk 7th Sea and Traveler. I will write those down and I will create a poll at some point. Now I have to think about mine.
Yeah, I know Vampire. Obviously.
Yeah, Vampire for sure.
And I mean, hey, if you don't want to, if you've only got the one, then that's fine.
Right, but I mean, I would always, of course, run Delta Green.
Oh,
I have a bunch of
hell, if you want to do Call of Cthulhu, if anybody wants to do Call of Cthulhu, I am absolutely down. Just prepare for me to blow you out of the water.
No, of course. Yeah, of course. Well, the thing is, for something like that, I would run a module myself. And I've thought about getting some of the modules for Delta Green as well, just to have those, classic, quote unquote, the actual usual Delta Green stuff as well, because that's fun too. So, but I probably wouldn't do that for the campaign that I would want to run. I have so many of these things.
Yeah, right. There's a lot to choose from.
I also have that 40k thing. Oh, shit.
That's true.
Dark
There's
Heresy.
a 40k one. I thought you meant the, what is it? Damn it, my brain. I thought it was the fantasy one.
I also have that.
I do too.
I have that. I have Only War for 40k. I have Dark Heresy.
And of course it's called Only War.
Yeah. And do I
Rogue
not
Trader.
have... I thought I had... Oh, here we go. What are these? Black Crusade. That's the other one that I have.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I'm not
Green
sure.
Grass Space Marines?
I don't know. Let me see. Black Crusade might actually be Chaos.
So. Oh, you play as Chaos?
Yes.
Yo, that's interesting.
Yeah. Let me see. Yep, creating a heretic.
First child.
Fair enough. Yeah, you could. There's a few different archetypes you can go for.
Hell yeah.
But you are a heretic for sure.
I want to be a noise marine, or at least or like if you can't play as an actual space marine, then I would like to play as a dude who is like palling around with the Emperor's Children.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see what the options are. 53. Okay. 53.
Whenever my character talks, I'm just going to be playing this quiet offended Slanesh at all times.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
How do?
Okay.
Tired.
How do you?
Within margins, I suppose.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Welcome to the
Is
stream.
Pizza Funk in the chat?
Yes, Pizza Funk is in the chat actually.
Pizza Funk. So I happened to like stumble across the memes channel the other day. And I really like the second shirt you posted of just black with just white text brand.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
That's
I thought that was already a thing.
That's a good shirt.
I didn't even see it until or I haven't seen one that if there is something like that already. So let's find out. Hold on. Let me do a little research. But I bet there isn't. Because if I search brand shirt, that's not going to help me. Never mind. That's a fool's errand.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. Brand shirt.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Thank you. I worked hard on it. That's right. Put hard sweat and tears. Whatever. Blood, sweat, and tears into it, I bet. Aiden, fortuitous that you got here.
Mm.
I have a question for you.
Well, I may or may not have an answer for you.
You know, that is fair, and I appreciate that you were honest with me about that. But I have I informed Boo that I think at this point is probably a good time for me to poll our patrons on what the next system we should run after we're done with Devils and Dice is. The next big campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Considering we're close to the end. Now, before, you made your choices and then changed them and everything, and that's fine. But I wanted to give you another chance to not only just have one choice, but we've decided on at least two or more if you have them, and I'll put up a polling system that can have, by degrees of which one they would want to see, more or less, right? So, what would you have as choices for systems for our next campaign?
May I ask what I voted last time?
So the first time you voted Lancer. The second time you voted... I don't have my original notebook. It is somewhere, and I don't know where. But...
I think it was Cyberpunk or something?
It might have been Cyberpunk, yeah.
It was either Cyberpunk or Vampire the Masquerade.
Right.
What is that mech TTRPG? Is that Lancer?
That was Lancer.
BattleTech. Oh.
BattleTech is another one.
Okay. Does any... So, I would be alright with any of the above, but I will say I will vote for... I think a Lancer campaign would be pretty cool.
Okay, Lancer.
And so you can have as many options as you want. It's like I would like to play a Lancer campaign or a this or a that.
Yeah.
Then put me down for all three of the above.
Okay, gotcha. Lancer, Vampire, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, question 2. Because I'm going to blindside you with a second question that I didn't inform you about.
Ooh.
Yes. So here's the second question.
I probably won't have an answer for you on this one.
Yeah.
Understood.
These are some tall asks you've got from me, Alejo.
Here's the second question. Why are you so cringe?
Oh, no, wait.
That's just genetic, dude.
Oh, okay.
All right, third question. So if in the next system, would you... I suppose this is better. Would you rather be a player or would you rather run?
Given that I have no experience with any of those systems, I would prefer to be a player because I assume that people have at least read those systems.
I've never read Lancer, but yeah.
Yeah, but you've probably read Vampire the Masquerade or Cyberpunk.
I have read both of those, yes.
My extent of experience with those systems is one time I was in a Books A Million and I opened up Vampire rulebook and I said neat and I flipped through 2 pages and then I put it back on the shelf.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we were to do a 5e campaign or D&D in general, I actually just got a new idea I've got cooking for how the gods work in my world.
Cool.
And I'd be alright with running D&D, Pathfinder, etc.
Okay. Alright. Good to know. Okay, now I just need to ask Brogan both of those questions, and we will have the list ready. So tune in for when I announce that on the Discord and on the Patreon, people. / on the Ko-fi, but since nobody's on the Ko-fi, it's less of a thing. But even so, it'll also be on the Ko-fi. So that will be a thing. Look forward to that soon. As soon as I figure out what site it was that I found that I could do the multiple things, because I remember I found one, and now I have no idea what it is. So
get excited for next content, everyone.
Yes, please. Always look forward to next thing. Don't worry about current thing.
Consume. Just consume.
Exactly. The other thing... Oh, this was another question for the two of you. considering that on occasion we have trouble having everybody at our sessions.
Yeah.
That I was wondering if those who are going to attend would like to do just random things in between, right? We could still do TTRPG stuff, but it would be, one-shots or, whatever.
Sure.
Just all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think if we were to do that, we would need to set aside a game so that that way it's like, oh, we can't all play the main game? Okay, let's do a one-shot for blank. So that way we can have our characters for the main campaign, and we don't have to be like, let's do a one-shot. Oh, shit, I don't have a character for this game.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm amenable to this idea, but this would require having 3 or 4 one-shots on standby, which includes planning for people and again, amenable to this idea, but we would have to determine ahead of time what will be our one-shots, who is DMing each of them,
right,
and then giving that DM chance to plan the one-shots.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a tentative yes overall, which is fine. Yeah. So I will write that down as well, so I don't forget, because I'm writing it down in my mind while I write it down physically. Okay. Because that way we just have more things that we can do, and if not everybody's there, then we still can play a TTRPG. Been jonesing for it myself on occasions, so
And then hell, if it comes down to just 2 people, we could try 40K or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
do stuff.
I could finally learn how to play.
That's right.
It's fun as hell.
It is fun. Okay. Cool. Let me think. Did I have any other things that I wanted to ask you that was more pertinent? I don't think so.
Actually, who do you play in 40K, Aiden? I know you don't have a physical... Okay, so you haven't actually chosen an army? You wouldn't be Tau?
I mean, I would want to be
the Tau or Knights?
Knights.
Knights, yeah.
Physical. But if people don't want to fight against Knights, I'd probably default to Tau.
Oh, no, Knights are fun.
Yeah, Knights are cool. For sure.
Yeah.
Fighting
them you gotta be really strategic around them, and even if I kill just a single knight, I'm like, yo, I killed a fucking knight, bro.
Yeah, even if I lost after that, it'd be like, okay, well, I mean, I got one.
If you kill a single knight, that's 1,000 points from my army.
Basically, yeah. It's a lot.
I'm sitting there going, fuck.
Yep. Oh, don't worry, that's what you got armigers for.
Yeah, true.
Little baby knights.
Babs. Many things. Oh my goodness. I missed many things. Why doesn't he get his servants to cook his 20-course meal with all that scientist money he has? Well, Aiden's a little stringent on his servant money, so...
Yes.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
The reason I'm late tonight, I haven't even begun to cook yet. That's probably just gonna have to happen after session, but I'm making tacos.
Ooh,
nice.
I
said that first.
I know, and I feel as soon as I was saying it, I was like, shit.
I fucking can't do it. It's like when you get in an argument and someone says "fuck you" really early. You can't go past that.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Fuck.
Oh no, you can outdo them so long as you're louder.
True. Let's see. I'm also watching an anime with him in it. It's really good because it's really good because Dragon goes house hunting.
Oh, neat.
Cool. And he's the voice in it. Cool. Masahiro Sakurai has a YouTube channel. I'm subbed to it, but I'm subbed to way too many people, so I don't really keep up. What does he even post? I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention to him in a long time now. Sakurai has a nice one too. Nice. Do lusty sword lesbians?
Thirsty sword.
Thirsty. Yeah, it's thirsty. Goodness, give it the respect that it deserves.
Which is none.
Well, apparently
Although
it's actually
they really
pretty
missed
good.
a chance to change the
Oh,
name
is it
to
really?
Lusty. Huh?
From what I hear, it's actually like good. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I just assumed it was a blatant cash grab because
Right.
they're going to be like, oh, like I assumed it was going to be something that like Evil Hat Productions released in the month of June.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's fuck you. It's January, dude.
They missed the chance to call it, like, now that you say that accidentally, they missed the chance to call it Lusty Lance Lesbians or something.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
the alliteration.
The alliteration. I always appreciate the alliteration. Do that vampire one you talked about. When you play the vampire one, can Massimo be an NPC when I figure out what he's like? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that I should probably talk about again. For those of you who are part of the Patreon / give us money in the Ko-fi or hell, if you give like money to if you give the money to the PayPal and you give us a message in it, like you can include an NPC that you would like to see in the future games. Once we've picked a setting, then you can start tailoring NPCs to it, or you can just put them in there for reserves for when we get to a different kind of setting. You know, it's whatever you want at that point. But yeah, if you want to have something in our games that you give as much or as little detail as you want to that thing, it could just be a name, right? You can do that. And there's a channel in the Discord for those who are table flippers, paying table flippers. And you can do that already. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, if you just donate directly through like PayPal or whatever, just make sure you include a message. I think messages are still a thing on PayPal. So
yeah, I believe so.
Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, you can just show me the receipt that you have and tell me, in a private message, and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah.
And just take a screenshot of your wacky fucking blah blah blah.
Right,
the meme.
Exactly. So that's a thing. Lesbian vampires 40K. That's right.
Jesus Christ.
That's...
Dude, I want cyberpunk vampires still.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that as well. That's also
it'd be
true.
hard, but it'd be cool.
Yeah. It's not too hard. It's literally, it would just be here, let me spitball you guys this thing that we came up with when I was alone. With the audience.
Alone with the audience. Oh, I thought you said alone with the onions. I was about to say.
Yes,
what?
I was alone with onions. They're very helpful.
Dude, you should be careful. Remember the fucking mascot that we found? That was the inspiration for the onion people in the Underdark?
Oh yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that it would be just vampire rules, but with cyberpunk elements. That would be the easiest way to do it. So basically, just put netrang in and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It would be you wouldn't have all the stuff that cyberpunk itself has, like, uniquely, unfortunately, because it's not as compatible as I was hoping it would be.
Shame.
Yeah, it's just, I was going through it and I was like, oh fuck. But cyberware would actually do something to you if you are a vampire.
Okay, cool.
So basically, the way that cyberware works is it lowers your humanity, right?
Yes.
In cyberpunk and such, and other things as well, right? But in this system, what I would do is humanity in vampire has a mechanical purpose as well of when you do something bad, like that it goes against humanity. So you kill a person, right? You get a stain on your humanity. And in order to either lose or stay at the humanity that you have to make a remorse test.
Yes.
And that is based off of how how much unfilled humanity you have. So you have 10 boxes. Each of them are filled with the amount of humanity you have. So 7 is usually the standard. And then the 3 unfilled boxes, those you denote with a stain. And then however many you would have after that is how many dice you get to add to the roll. Minimum of 1.
Okay.
And so, if you succeed in the test, you get to remove the stain, and you don't lose humanity. If you fail in the test, you lose a humanity. Sometimes more, it depends on what your storyteller wants you to do, right? It depends on how fucking bad you are. Now, cyberware, since it takes away humanity, what it would do is it would take away your unfilled boxes. So, it would be easier for you to lose humanity because you have less of it, or less available, right?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Right. Yeah. So, if you fill up all your humanity with cyberware, or at least all of your missing humanity / I guess filled humanity as well, because you can do that.
You become like some fucking Atom Smasher type really quickly and really easily.
Right, exactly. It becomes, you just only have 1 for your remorse test every time, really. Until you've lost so much humanity that it becomes easier, but, like, is it easier, though?
Yeah.
You know?
So, actually, when I was looking into Cyberpunk, I noticed that something in Cyberpunk Red that isn't there, but it exists in the world, and also it exists in the Edge Runners anime, and it's actually a fantastic example of it, is immunosuppressants.
Yeah.
I actually came up with kind of like a custom house rule for immunosuppressants, and basically what it is if you are getting close to cyberpsychosis, you can take immunosuppressants, and it helps you stay in control for a bit longer.
So the thing with how I would want to do it for this, because you could be not a vampire, true, but willpower kind of does the same thing.
Okay.
It makes it so that you don't go crazy if you go through a frenzy or anything. And I would also allow it so that you could spend it to not, like, immediately go into cyberpsychosis or, all that kind of stuff. So you could have a little bit of that kind of as well. But, let's see. Oh, yeah, and if you get too many stains because of the inability to take more because you don't have the things, it would do willpower damage to you. So it becomes easier for you to just psych out, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would...
So I could at least forward you the rule, and then if you feel like adding it or tweaking it to fit with the kind of combined vampire cyberpunk.
Right. So here's the thing about that, though. Drugs don't really affect vampires.
Okay.
Unless you drink the blood of somebody who's affected by the drug. So we can still
sweet, actually.
Yeah, we can still absolutely have that in there. It's just you got to figure out who the fuck's on them.
Yeah.
We could have essentially a drug mule of like a thrall that follows the party around.
For sure.
Yep, and he's just our fucking drug source.
Yeah, and have him take like a shit ton of drugs and then we feed off of him.
Yeah, for sure I would allow that. It's just that makes it so easy for that guy to die.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate for him, isn't it?
Well, you'll get a stain for sure, yes.
Well, that's unfortunate for one member of the party, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depends on how complicit all of you are in this idea, yes. But, again, I would totally allow that, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely.
So here, you know what? I have it. I can just give it to you.
Yeah, just send it to me. And I'll put it in my document here.
Was it? Where the fuck was it? I don't actually remember. Fuck. It wasn't there.
The unupgraded are nothing but prey.
Yes.
True.
We only eat chromed out bitches.
Well, so that's a thing that you could do, because one of the... if you are a Ventru, your bane is you have to drink from a specific type of people. Could be whatever. So you could literally choose cyberware people, like people with cyberware as your thing, or people without cyberware. So you're a purist, right? Like, there's so... Oh, man.
There's actually an audiobook I've been sort of like listening to on Spotify. It's Cyberpunk 2077, No Coincidence.
Okay.
And it mentions actually there is an employee who works as like a dancer.
Yeah.
And her manager is essentially like whoring out the employees for like, hey, give me a little extra money, you can fuck one of my employees.
Yeah, of course.
And she's one of the few employees who is like has no augmentations whatsoever.
Yeah.
Cool. And there are people seeking her out because of that, and she's like, "Fucking stop!"
Yeah, absolutely. That's that's a thing that's talked about even in the cyberpunk book.
Yeah, they're like the monks that part of their religion.
Yep. Hell, I did before I stopped playing the game, I did that one side mission of there's the monk who gets all that cyberware in him, and he's like, "Fuck!" But you have to save him from the people who did it to him.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, dude, you gotta live with it. And he's like, fuck.
Did you do the mission where you have to help a guy get crucified on live television?
I did not, no.
The fuck?
That sounds great.
So was he a Korok?
He's a death row inmate and also a like hardcore Christian, and he's like having a video recording of someone undergoing crucifixion would be like so spiritually fulfilling for like you could do it like as part of like mass services, just in the background have a guy getting crucified.
Jesus,
metal as hell.
That's fucking awesome. That's some Imperium of Man shit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but, like they were just going to like give him a like a lethal injection, and he was like, "No, I want to get crucified." And like he starts like popping up in headlines because of it. It's actually a really cool mission.
That does sound cool.
You have to go to the recording studio and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. I stopped playing that game pretty early on just because I got really bored of everything, unfortunately. It just didn't, I don't know, the game didn't feel unique enough to me for me to really want to play it.
I played it shortly after Edge Runners released, and it's like No Man's Sky level of engoodening.
Oh, did they make it better because of that? Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's like a good game. And then like the DLC Phantom Liberty released, and I've not touched it, but
I hear good things about it.
I've heard no bad things about it.
Yeah, so okay. Maybe I should get back to it then, because, yeah, I don't know. It really, like, original game just really made me go, well,
yeah, the original game was pretty rough.
Okay, alright. As long as I'm not the only one.
What you ought to do, if you have the time before you start getting back into it, you ought to watch Edge Runners and then get back into it.
Yeah, that's
It's only 12 episodes.
Yeah,
that's true.
I would recommend that.
Okay, I should do that.
Because, my God, it's good.
Yeah, I need to get to that for sure.
I'm actually rewatching Edge Runners.
Oh, nice. There you go. Oh,
you know what? Since you're watching it, I've got a question for you.
Oh.
Do you also think that Rebecca is like the best character in the world, or what?
Fuck Rebecca.
Okay. I don't hate Rebecca, but I do not get the insane levels of like adoration she gets.
So I like Rebecca as a character. I think that she's funny. I think that her scenes, she kind of punches above her weight class in terms of like every scene with Rebecca in it is memorable.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think like, yeah, I just don't like the adoration she gets.
Yeah,
because people are like, "Oh my God, Rebecca's so hot." And it's like, fucking you, no. Like,
yeah, I don't think that she's hot, but like everybody seems to think she's like the best character in the show, and she's really not.
When you know, though, she did have a really strong first scene showing up of when David goes to her apartment and she like holds him up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah, the thing that everybody, that was the thing that was passed around immediately.
Yeah. Or like her scratching the side of her head with the rear side of the gun.
Right. Yeah. That as well. Yep. Those went everywhere for sure. Yeah.
But anyway,
No,
you're
you're
good.
good.
Off, Alejo.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna read some stuff.
I think her brother's cooler.
Dude, he's got a gold
more,
hand, and it's bulletproof.
I don't know, like, he's just really funny.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Main, though, is my favorite of the crew.
Ooh, good choice. Main's good.
Lesbian vampires 40k. No, wait, that's just Slanesh cultists. Fair enough.
Yeah,
yes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Hi, Aiden Senpai. There you go.
Hello.
That was Timothy. That was Timothy.
Hello, Timothy Kawai.
There you go. Sakurai talks about his ideas about game design on his channel. Oh, okay, cool.
That's interesting.
I'm not on Discord, so can I leave stuff like that in the comments? Well, so here's the thing. You can do whatever you want in the comments, okay? But it's one of those things of I'm making it so that it's more of a paid thing. Now, not to say that I might not take some stuff from the comments here and there, but it's definitely going to be those who are part of the Patreon, part of, you know, the donations and stuff. Those ones will get first dibs for sure, because they give us money. So it's like, why I gotta give you something back. I mean,
yeah, they've given us money, therefore because of that they kind of take priority.
Right, exactly. And I hate a little bit of saying that, right? Because it's just one of those things that it makes me feel kind of bad. But
well, you also got to remember that, like, you know, if they are going to give us money,
yes,
even if they wanted to donate it purely out of that, we do want to make them feel special because of that.
Yes, exactly. That's
all right. Did you hear that? Alejo said, I will never read YouTube comments. That's a quote.
Right.
Alejo directly said that.
That was it.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
And you can also quote me on fuck people who don't give us money -Alejo.
Indeed. No.
So
we have no time for the proletariat.
So what I want you to do is, like, you know, like, you miss every shot, you don't take Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Right, yes.
Fucking damn it.
Fuck people who don't give us money. Captain Chiral, great on.
No. No, please. I don't like it. Fuck, no.
Or no, sorry, it would be great on Captain Chiral.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yep.
That's right, I heard that. Says Pizza Funk. No!
Yeah!
No!
Dude, that's something I'm gonna do something kind of like that when I fucking release my campaign. If like, when I release it, I'm gonna have, like, fake reviews.
Yes.
That are obviously fake, where it's like, I died on the cross for this. Worth it, Jesus. And that's like 2 thumbs up. Buddha. You know?
Yeah.
Just fucking stupid shit.
Best chef I've ever known. Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
God damn it.
There you go. There's another YouTube channel I found called Ninja vs. Samurai. That has a bunch of Japanese movies and TV shows on it. It's pretty sweet. Oh, cool.
Ooh, that's neat.
That's fine. I wanted to ask first before doing anything. No, yeah, absolutely. I understand. I feel bad about saying not likely that it will come into things. But I have to say it because I've made a commitment.
Yes.
I've made several commitments, but this is one that I will keep. And I will keep the other ones. It's just taking me a lot longer than I would like to admit.
How's your marriage going, by the way?
Oh, it's horrible. I'm not committed to it at all, actually.
Oh, what a fucking shame.
Yeah.
So is that why you don't want anybody to call you father?
That's right. Yes, that's why I don't want anybody to call me father. Yes. Hate this. Yeah. All right.
Father. Words like father make Alejo nervous because that implies child support.
Yeah, fuck that.
You shouldn't feel bad about acknowledging the truth that I am special. That's right, Lux. That's right. I shouldn't feel bad, but I do apparently. So. Anyway, Papa.
Maybe you would feel less bad if you gave yourself money.
Yeah, I do that. It's called work. Well, technically, I mean, kind of. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I do occasionally treat myself / buy things specifically only for the podcast.
Oh, what a fucking shame.
It's fine. Actually, I have a couple of books coming in for vampires, so I'm excited for those. Those will be good. Yes. Because that's my Christmas gift to me.
Yay.
More material. One of
my
them's
Christmas
actually...
gift to me was forcing myself to finish my story before the year was out.
Yeah, fair. Absolutely fair. One of the ones that I have have coming is called Fall of London.
Ooh.
Which is, it's actually like a whole story thing. So I was like, ooh.
Fuck. They called it The Fall of London.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish they fucking worked in London Bridges falling down into that title.
Right.
Fuck, that'd be good.
Right. That's probably why it's got that.
They better, God.
But yeah, I'm excited to read it and see what it's all about because it might be something.
I want gothic cyberpunk vampires.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, the only cities that you ever really hear about in most cyberpunk stuff is Night City, so you could absolutely have it where it's like England decided to go back to like Victorian Gothic shit.
True.
Or just have in English like in English Night City where it's just called Night City in it.
Damn it. That's pretty good.
Night City, bruv.
Oh.
Somehow there's more crime somehow.
They have Night City, but in England it's Night City.
Yeah.
God damn it! It's very good.
Oh no. Yeah. Just saying, if any of my characters show up in anything out of nowhere, I'm totally okay with that. In fact, I welcome it. Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. If it ever happens, you'll know, I suppose. Yeah, so that's we'll see how things turn out in the future for that stuff. Oh
God, like what clan would the fucking soccer hooligan or football hooligans be?
Oh Jesus. Those would
Bruja?
I was thinking Bruja. Yeah, I think
or
so.
Gangrel.
No, Gangrel Gangrel don't give a shit. They wouldn't care.
Hey, you know what? Let's be honest. They would be Nosferatu.
That'd be pretty great.
Sure. Yeah. Gosh, I really want to play Vampire. One day. We'll probably not play it ever, unfortunately. It's fine.
I have voted for it.
I know. I mean play. Like play.
Oh.
Yeah. I would be totally down to play. Man, oh man.
Make a DM PC.
I mean, I could. It'd be really easy. But, you know.
Oh, boy.
So, Yakuza? Oh, that'll be coming. Don't worry. We've got to finish The Messenger. It's almost done.
Yeah.
That'll be the next
that's
time
right. Yeah, you'll
it.
need to pick up the DLC.
I have it.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
Yeah. It came with it when I got it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think that was in a humble thing. Speaking of humble things, why don't I read a couple of things that people left for comments? I'll read a couple of these.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to put some food back in the fridge.
Yes. Pull this up. Here we are. There we go. Okay. So we've had quite a few comments since last week.
Looking forward to reading them.
Yes. Or 2 weeks ago, actually, it's been, hasn't it? Jeez. I'll wait to read those until Boo is back, because that was during the Serious Sam stuff. So we'll start off with Timothy. Left a comment on Payday 2. Huh? When I was doing it. Oh, this is lore. Okay, gotcha. Hello, bros. Hello. My head made some more lore. We fade into a party being held in honor of the heroes they battled a lich for a year. At the center of the fun is Cyrus Alabaster, shaking hands with as many people as he can. You were truly amazing in the heat of battle, Sir Alabaster, the bartender said. Just doing my job, Cyrus said. Back, all for the safety of the kingdom. Oh, said back, sorry. All for the safety of the kingdom. House Alabaster will always stop evil in its tracks. I heard the fallen Crackle Kingdom is being split apart, the bartender said. Indeed, it is, Cyrus said back. I bet my sister will do as much as she can to buy up most of that land for her kingdom. We both do our part for the family, you see. She builds up land, and I stomp monsters and other such evil persons into the dust. Unlike my selfish little brother Leroy, who only thinks of himself. Well, since you said something about that, the bartender replied, your brother was here in Moorworth for a few months training, the rumors say. Oh, really? Said Cyrus. He always thought his time was better used counting coins in an old trading house than doing anything helpful. I might have to ask some questions at the IMO to see what his plans are, Cyrus said softly. Funny thing, actually, I was looking through a year's worth of backed up mail, and one was the deed to a trading house left to me by a person I once saved from an owlbear. It's most likely the one Leroy worked at, seeing as he is running around looking for a purpose, Cyrus said with a grin. So my baby brother wants to finally grow up. Ha, well, best of luck to him. Too bad I have a head start. Ha 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 ha. Just then, a man ran up to Cyrus. Sir Alabaster, the IMO main building's under attack. By what? Screamed Cyrus. Reports say an elder red dragon. Oh. They showed up out of nowhere and got past security. There's no time to lose, Cyrus said, dashing out the door. Quicker than a flash, clad in diamond-encrusted magic armor and sword to match, Cyrus stood in front of the IMO building. Thinking over his plans, seeing smoke coming from the windows and crashing inside, a crowd of onlookers soon grew. Cyrus yelled, Stand back, people. This is no place for the defenseless. Right after saying that, a body was tossed out a window, landing hard on the stone street below. Cyrus ran to help the person. When he got closer, seeing the copper-colored hair and maple bow tie. Cyrus said, Manager Talathorn, what happened here? Growling in pain, a sore loser, said Talathorn. At that moment, the roof of the building busted apart as a giant red dragon came out of it. Shedding his human disguise and letting out an ear-splitting roar, You will pay, copper scum. Cyrus quickly dragged Talathorn away from the rubble, ducking
Wait,
fire.
I thought it was a red dragon. Copper?
That's two, the copper dragon, that's Talathorn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you've missed out on some lore. It's okay. Cyrus quickly dragged Talathorn away from the rubble, ducking fireballs along the way, giving Talathorn to a few IMO healers and telling the hurt copper dragon, It's my pleasure to clean up a mess your silver tongue cannot, he said with a smile. Standing in a fighting stance, Cyrus yelled to the red dragon, Monster, your malice and rage will hurt people no longer, for I, Sir Cyrus Alabaster, the Thunder Knight of Glory, will stop you for all time. The red laughed. That copper stole my kobold servants and desecrated my lair. Stand aside, worthless human. Shut up and fight, Cyrus said. Lifting his sword at the dragon, Thunder strike, he yelled, a bolt of lightning hitting the red in the head. The dragon smacked the ground with its claws, Cyrus jumping out of the way. The fight went back and forth, thunderbolts and fireballs flying, for about an hour. The battle spilling into the nearby grasslands. As the two titans continued their clash, Cyrus jumped above the red, yelling Supernova Blade. His sword glowed bright orange, bringing the blade down into the dragon's skull, melting through like a hot knife cutting butter. And then a spark was seen, the dragon's head blowing up, its body dropping to the ground lifeless. The knight marched back to a cheering crowd, a bloody but alive Talathorn helping to rebuild the IMO HQ. Are you alright, Manager of Talathorn? Cyrus said. I've been worse, the copper said back. Another reminder that you are not the strongest of your kind, Cyrus said. Talathorn just glared at the knight, his bright blue eyes showing through his human disguise. Moving on to something else, the first chair offered you a director position at the South Branch for a year-long war with those demons, since we lost a director to said war. His eyes lighting up. I humbly accept, Cyrus said, back proudly. Oh, joy, said Talathorn. Well, that's all I've got. Have a nice day. P.S. Cyrus Alabaster would totally be played by Crispin Friedman. I don't know who that is. But thank you. I will look up Crispin Friedman and tell you if I recognize who this is.
It's Crispin Freeman.
Crispin Freeman, actually, yes.
Yes.
Does a bunch of voices
Mm-hmm.
for many things, including...
Oh, wow.
Itachi Uchiha. I don't know who that is.
Naruto.
From Naruto.
Yep. Jeremiah Gottwald. Tagusa, excuse me. Tagusa is a place. And many more.
Yes.
Many more.
I'm also seeing him credited for Winston.
Oh, okay. From the Overwatch?
Yeah, from the, not just any Overwatch, the Overwatch.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Back from a dog headbutting me in the face. Oh, a dog headbutting me in the face and breaking my glasses. Now that they're glued up for the moment, what did I miss? Oh my god, Draco Kraken.
Damn.
I'm sorry that happened. I also have faulty glasses that I've been gluing for years at this point. It's fun. Haha. I think I'll need to go back to my old way of world building after this one because these weird things are hard to bang out. Fair enough. But at least I got some characters established, I guess. True. I was giggling during the Thunder Knight part. Supernova Blade is a spell Cyrus made himself. Fair enough. Yeah, it's very anime, I've noticed. So, and since I know you enjoy anime very much, it makes sense. So good job, Timothy. Let me read this one now from Unit Rico on our Serious Sam playthrough. Saying, response, VATS, I'm pretty sure the slowdown effect and reduced damage really is just a game mechanic and not the thing that actually happens in universe. The slowdown no longer happens in 76 due to the whole MMO thing, so still mechanical reasons. And in 4, I think Jet's the drug that actually does the slowdown thing, as in it heightens your reaction speed to such a degree that it appears like time is slowing down. Yes.
Yes.
It mostly just seems like one of those things they've introduced in 3 to keep some connection to the old Fallout games, where you could target individual body parts, and they probably found out pretty quickly that guns don't work too well in an Oblivion reskin and needed something to compensate.
Yeah. That was always the thing with 3. It was fun, but the gunplay was trash.
It was really bad. Also, yeah, I agree on the open world games. They just don't capture me as much anymore. Read some quote on Starfield on how it became really good after like 60 hours, so I decided to check my playtime on Elden Ring and Fallout 4, games that I really enjoyed and didn't look dull, and I still don't have 60 hours in either game. I've really come to appreciate the way CRPGs like the old Fallout games and recently Rogue Trader, God, that game is great, do their worlds. Smaller maps and points of interest with cool stuff to explore, and everything in between is done through maps and menus instead of manually traveling through empty nothingness. Also, there's been quite a few indie monster collecting games that have scratched my Pokemon itch because, lamau, I'm not paying for a Switch, and then pay for internet for the Switch, and then pay for half-baked games and their DLC. Like Monster Sanctuary and Cassette Beasts. Highly recommend those two in particular.
I think I've heard Cassette Beasts.
I've actually
before.
not heard of Cassette Beasts, but I've played Monster Sanctuary, and Monster Sanctuary is pretty fun.
Yeah, there's Cassette Beasts.
Let me look into that as well, because I want to.
Is that a dog with a TV for a head?
Oh, cool. Cassette. Yep. Oh, that's the first thing. Cassette Beasts and Cassette Beasts: Peer of the Unknown. It's already got a DLC too.
Yeah, overwhelmingly positive.
I see that. Oh, look at this little art style. It's very cute. Oh.
Oh, I like the battle screen.
Ooh. Oh, and it's actually like one of those active-looking ones in places that you are. Yay.
Yeah. Day-night cycle, that's nice.
Okay, this is something
And
that
then
I'll
what
look
was the
into.
other one?
It's Monster Sanctuary. It's similar.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more platforming in it.
Metroid monster taming meets Metroidvania?
Yes, it's pretty good.
Dear God.
Yep. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Think of Cyrus as Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, but can bank up his words and not evil. Fair enough. Go back, I think you missed one. What did I miss? Oh. Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry. I did miss a comment. Thank you. Timothy. Put on our last episode, why are DMPCs still demonized? Oh, okay, this was more lore that I missed. Oh, I'm sorry. I read this out of order then. I thought that I had already read this one. Sorry. Okay. Hello, bros. Happy Saturday. It's actually Monday, but it will be Saturday when everyone reads this. See what I did there? Ha! Rude. I got some lore. Let's see how this goes. The Log of Alabaster, June 16th, Entry 1. I'm at last getting back to feeling like myself. Still a little weak, but better. I haven't joined the IMO yet, but now I have my first job, I guess. For no pay, I bet. Ugh. I need to track down my ancestor Targasus. From what the dragon tells me, he was on a job to take a curse off some crops in the region formerly known as the Crackle Kingdom. Okay. The royal family was sadly killed by the lich that took over that land for about a year, and the place is in shambles. I was told that the holdings of the fallen Crackle Kingdom will be split up and sold to the highest bidder, starting at 500 platinum coins. I will keep my eye on that for sure. I wish I had that much money. When I walked by the stables, the first thing I saw was Galvin sleeping face down in a pile of hay, with his pony's head on his back, also asleep. I woke the pony up first and then tossed a bucket of water on the feline. To my surprise, it didn't work. I thought for a moment and got an idea. I yelled out, "Galvin, look, cake!" The tabaxi's head popped up soon after. "No fair," he cried. I asked him if he wanted to go on a trip, and he jumped at the idea. "I got nothing going on around here," Galvin said, as he wiped hay off his pants. After dealing with Galvin, I made my way back to the inn. When I got there, a drunk elf was getting tossed out by the innkeeper. "Bye-bye, mommy," hick hick, the elf said, as he flew, laying on the ground in front of me. He looked up and said, "Wow, you look like shit." "Thanks," I said back, as I cast a sleep spell, knocking him out and stepping over him. Standing in the main room of the inn, Star Ruby was sweeping the floor, and the innkeeper was cleaning mugs. I told them about the job, and the innkeeper said, "You guys got a job, how is that possible?" Laughing hard, almost dropping a mug. "Where you go, I follow, boss," Star Ruby said. We then went to our rooms to pack for the trip, planning to leave in the morning. That's all I got. Have a nice day. Q. Good. I'm glad it wasn't out of order, because that was... I mean, it technically was, because after that, then we have Alabaster coming. But, you know, haha, my bad. Yeah, what happened with Cyrus was a few days after Leroy left. Yeah. Cyrus, sorry. His name's Cyrus. Alabaster's the family name. My bad. Anyway. Okay. We have 3 more here. So I will do the one of the Lux ones. Here we go. Lux on last week's episode says, "I didn't get too much done this week, but I finished up a little thing here. As a viewer-friendly reminder, for the sake of anyone trying to follow along, what I'm posting right now are being presented as documents of historical significance to the Felkarai civilization. This one's a log from shortly after the Felkare University Student Council, acting as the current government of the city-state of Felkare, was introduced to the concept of online voice conferencing, presumably through commercial contact with some unknown civilization on the mortal plane. Also, I suppose it's a fair warning to put a disclaimer here that Felkarai aren't Sunday school friendly. And here it is. Correspondence between Felcare High Command, Empire Net Messaging Service, audio logged 12/28/22/346. Entropy. So I talk into this little circle thing here, right? Alexia. Looks like you got it. Nikovia. The mortals are really coming up with stuff like this now. Maybe we should pay more attention to them. Boris. Hey girls, guess where I am? Zelia. You'd better be dealing with that storm giant I told you to take care of, Missy. Boris. Don't get your panties in a twist. I've got its head right here. Attachment trophy 36.png. Zelia. Is that... Chorus, if you're fucking up... Or if you're up on the fucking moon, get your ass back down here right now. Chorus. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I'm stuck here until morning. Zelia. How did you even get up there? Alexia. I hope you brought a good coat with you. Entropy. Never mind that. We got more important things to deal with right now. Nikovia. You mean the colonies? Entropy. Exactly. Too many of them are declaring independence now. We need to put a stop to that. Zelia. Student council forces are already stretched thin just holding on to Felcare itself. We can't manage much off-world power projection right now. Nikovia. And diplomacy alone isn't getting the job done anymore either. Discordia. Maybe if the university board hadn't cut all the funding to the geopolitics program, I'd have something to work with right now. Chorus. Who cares about a bunch of blabbity blab? Total waste of cash if you ask me. Discordia. Fuck you, Chorus. Entropy. No, Discordia's right. I'm dispatching assassins to take appropriate measures with the board. We'll get our diplomats back on track, but in the meantime, we're going to have to deploy some firepower. Zelia. In that case, I have to recommend opening military recruitment back up to the plebeian class, which means rebuilding the consular legion. Horus. What? We just got done wiping the floor with them. Zelia. It's been 4 years since they surrendered. Entropy. Time flies. Zelia. Anyway, we'll change its name to the Expeditionary Legion, so it won't stir up too many fond memories of the Senate, and we'll keep it based off-world. Entropy. I would have required exactly that. Alright, Zelia, I'll put you in charge of this. The rank of legate is yours. Zelia, as you command. Horus. That sounds like a god-awful job, having to babysit all those scrubs. Zelia, of course I'll need a primus to handle all the training and discipline. Needs to be an experienced fighter, someone who can whip a whole army into shape, but not too smart for their own good. Entropy. Understood, Chorus. Understood. Chorus, you'll be Zelia's primus. Chorus. Haha, sucks to be... Wait, what? But I want it... Oh, damn it. Entropy. We'll stick to the traditional training requirements of 4 months for legionnaires. Or legionaries, excuse me. I don't expect you to bring them up to our level, and I wouldn't want you to, but do what you can with that. We need to march on Agrelon soon, and persuade them to stay aligned with us. Let everyone know Felcare is still in the game. Now, we'll close this meeting down. Zelia, you know where to find me. We need to discuss battle plans. Horus, I hope you can manage to get a good night's sleep up there. You've got your work cut out for you tomorrow. Everyone else, I'll be in touch. There you go. Thank you for that, that little interesting thing. Oh, also, Talithorn is really upset that Cyrus is now above him being a director. Fair enough. That makes sense. And then Rico on Serious Sam 2, when we were playing that. Yes. Or, sorry, not Serious Sam 2. Serious Sam, the second encounter. I have to be specific. I forgot. Yes, can confirm Rogue Trader has been super fun so far. Though from what I've heard, it's probably better to play it before Baldur's Gate 3 because that game has raised the bar so much that any other CRPGs are going to be disappointing in comparison. Though I haven't played it myself yet, so I couldn't tell you if this is the case. That's fair enough.
I would actually recommend kind of the opposite. Have one or two games that can be your break games lined up for when you tackle Baldur's Gate 3.
That's
because
true.
there is
Sure.
a fucking mountain of content in that game. I'm still not finished.
Yeah, fair enough.
I take a month off at a time. Because there's so fucking much.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
When I do play it, I go into a fucking fever dream, like a frenzy state.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clearing content, but like you need breaks.
Okay. That's good to know because I haven't played since we played.
Same.
No, I played once more after that to get to the point that we played to on my own. And that's it. I haven't played past that because honestly, I'm not too into playing D&D Baldur's Gate kind of stuff right now. You know? I've been more into playing many other things. In fact, I just got Red Dead 2 in the sale.
Nice.
Because I wanted to be a cowboy. So I started being a cowboy and hunting and stuff. And I was like, oh, neat. This is cool.
Yeah.
And then I started playing more War Tales. So, you know.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and dip because I'm going to probably be hitting the hay pretty soon.
I get you, man. Fair enough.
So, good to talk to you guys again. Aiden, good to see you again.
Likewise. Have a good one, Boo.
Yep, I will try, as I got a 40-hour week ahead of me, and it's all Christmas shit, so, yep.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Oh, wait, actually, you know what? Before I go, what time was our gaming time during Sundays? I don't even remember. Was it, like, middle of the day stuff? Like, 12 to whatever?
Well, that was that one time, but I think it was, we did it, like, at 5? Or... Yeah, 5, because then we could go until about 8.
Okay, so...
I think it was.
Because I get off at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
And if you guys are available, I might be able to try to run that. It just depends. So
yeah,
I'll put a message in the thing and see what happens.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, see ya.
See ya. Okay, I have one more comment with a child comment, and then we're done with the comments. And this is a Lux comment, but it's very short in comparison. Oh my god, Lux. Then again, you already put your big long comment for last week, so I think this is fine. Okay, so Lux says on the Messenger, when we played that the other day for 6 hours, I need to correct myself on something. I was mixed up and thought the solstice was on the 20th, when actually it's on the 21st. So what I need to say is may the 22nd not be shorter than the 21st. It would actually be a bad thing if the 21st wasn't shorter than the 20th. And such devastation was not my intention. I'm just glad I caught my mistake when I did before the sun came up today. So hopefully the cosmic order doesn't get disrupted because of that. I guess we'll know soon enough. Anyway, I'm changing my plan. I'll fight Hades after work tonight, which will be the night after the solstice, probably around midnight. That feels more like the right time to do it, on the longest night of the year, to prevent the world from being consumed by evil when darkness reaches the height of its power, and to usher in the return of the light on the next day. But I'll still offer up all the hearts I'm collecting to Viridi on the 25th, because that's the traditional gift-giving day. I am certain that my actions are those of a sane individual. And then, to update...
Sane or sane adjacent.
Yeah, you know. To update you on that situation, a deer offered itself up in sacrifice to my glory on my way home from work that night, and my car became collaterally damaged. Oh, God. I find this to have been a very sus thing to have happen on that particular night, given the circumstances stated above. However, this did not stop me from fighting Hades as planned. Thus, as you are by now aware, the world has not been swallowed up in eternal darkness. The thorned crimson rose stretches skyward in the light of triumphant Armok. Good. I am glad. Also, I hope that wasn't too bad for your damage. Oh my god.
Yeah,
like how bad was your car afterwards? I didn't even know.
Then it doesn't touch on like the monetary
Yeah.
cost associated with that.
I hope it wasn't that bad, because if it was superficial, at least that would be good. But man, I know, like, fucking one of the people at my work told my mother this story of how she was going to work that day and had to stop in the middle of the road because a deer was in the middle of the road. And so she did, and then the deer started running off, and then a bunch of deer came out and started running across the road too. And the buck, who was chasing them, because I think it was rutting season, the buck who was chasing them literally jumped and just smashed its foot into her windshield and completely destroyed the windshield just by jumping up, jumping through it, and just jumping away. Like nothing happened other than that. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Sounds pretty typical buck behavior.
Oh yeah. And I was just like,
they're fucking assholes.
They are, dude. Car's probably totaled, but I have priorities. Oh god, dude. That sucks. Jesus. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're okay though. That's good. But like, fuck. Jesus. All right. Well. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway. Thank you for the comments. Oh. I saw the deer pretty much explode, though. Ah, okay. Well. There you go.
That deer took a fucking bolt. What type of vehicle were you driving? Because I want to equate your vehicle to a bolter round.
Yeah, really. Oh my god. That's crazy, dude. What, like, I always wonder about, because I know somebody has to come by and get that shit, right? But, like, where does it go? You know? Where do the deer go? I want to know.
They go to live on a farm.
Oh. Good. But okay. That's fine. But no, I wanted to know if, like, the meat is actually, like, used, you know? And
oh, I can't imagine so.
Yeah.
Because the people that come collect it are, like, Department of Wildlife folk.
Oh,
and
okay.
The people, like, unless if you're signing up for the Department of Wildlife newsletter and also meat waiting list, like,
yeah.
more than likely, if they have, like, carnivorous birds that, like, can't be rehabilitated into the wild again, they probably give them, like, chunks of meat.
Oh, yeah, it is probably used for stuff like that. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Although, you know, that kind of seems like a more efficient system than what state governments typically can accomplish.
Yeah.
So I may be giving them more faith than I should.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Oh, Ford Focus, manual transmission. Probably still going about 60 miles per hour when contact was made, though, because it jumped out from the side and I didn't have much time to slow down.
Dude, I remember when I was young, seeing a vehicle hit a deer, like, in front of where I lived, because I lived in, like, a big field.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing the vehicle hit the deer, and then the deer, like, it flew up into the air, but, like, it didn't rotate or anything, except for, like, it spun from, like, it spun counterclockwise, like, 3 times before it hit the ground, and seeing, like, a blood cloud, spray out.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
Huh. Every time I am on the road, I think about deer. And I think about, oh my god, I can't afford for a deer to make my day, you know? I can't afford for that to happen. Please no. Please. And then every time I see one, and it nearly jumps into the road in front of me, because thankfully none of them have yet, they nearly do. But sometimes they think they're like, hey man, guess what? I'm gonna try it, and then it jumps back into the forest, and they're like, haha, made you shit yourself. And I go, cool, man, thank you.
Yeah. Better not attempt this when I have 500 feet of like clearance. Maybe 50 though.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much space before you get here, but guess what? Haha. I'm like, cool. And also,
I consider running into a deer, doing your part for the evolutionary process
of
having them not be such stupid fucking animals around roads.
Absolutely, I understand.
Like, you're applying selective pressure onto the deer population.
Yeah. And also, Lux said, I have probably disappeared from quite a few timelines. Yeah, well, you know. What the fuck is this about? Hello, Stacy.
We're talking shit about deer.
We're talking shit about deer. Welcome to the podcast. You've come at a chill episode where we don't talk too much about a lot of things, except for things
Chronic
that
wasting
don't matter.
disease is God's blessing upon mankind.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Fuck deer. Prion diseases for the win.
That's right. My funny bone was showing that first bit of lore. Yeah. Bro hit deer free meals. Well, so that's the thing. I'm sure it's like it's regulated or something. Like I'm pretty sure they like what they're gonna stop you, you know? But like at the same time.
So
yeah,
you can eat deer you hit on the highway, but the amount of usable meat on the carcass was probably going to be less than you think. Because A, you're assuming the deer was healthy enough to eat in the first place, and you kind of don't really have the chance to evaluate. Like, if you're hunting, you have the chance to kind of look at the deer and go, yeah, I would eat that.
Okay.
If the deer's jumping out in front of the road, like, you don't know if that deer was like fucking sick or some shit before you kill it. You don't know if it had chronic wasting disease.
Yeah, true.
Because deer can have that and appear healthy for years.
Okay.
And then, oh no, now you're a carrier of chronic wasting disease, and your crap when it goes into the sewers and then like into the grass is now going to give other deer chronic wasting disease.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a whole other thing.
Sure.
But the meat will be okay because it is tenderized. But you are assuming that A, there's no broken bones, like riddled throughout the carcass, and B, you are assuming that the animal died instantly. Because if it didn't die instantly, it is dying there on the road, scared as hell, in pain, and all of its adrenaline is going to be pumping into its bloodstream, and like making the meat awful.
True. Okay. Gotcha. If you can afford full coverage, get it and don't have a deductible. Yeah, well, you know, I don't, so haha. This conversation is the only reason I'm happy I drive a truck. So far, no deer has hurt my vehicle, but I don't wish to test Newton's third law. True. Same. Yes. It's pronounced Stasi, but I appreciate the attempt. Hey, I'm just here to read, okay? Sometimes. So thank you for correcting me. That's pretty much why I'm not too worried about the financial aspect. Oh, because you have full coverage and no deductible? Good for you. Good for you.
That's pretty good.
Bro, I'm hungry. I don't care how small or diseased that deer is. Eat me hungry. Just give it a little Randy Orton special if it's still alive. Yeah, true. Yeah. Do it. Learning time with Aiden. That's right. This man is a science man, okay? So I rarely ask him.
I don't know that because I'm a science man. I know that because I grew up in the backwoods of Maine.
Well, yeah, but you know, at the same time, you know. Yeah, man. Here, they're a problem sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Most of entirely the time. And
deer are related to whales.
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask you a question, but now I have a question. What the fuck did you just try to tell me?
Deer are related to whales.
What? Huh? How?
Yeah. Phylogeny, bro.
Oh.
Like, I mean, granted, they, like, split off from each other, like, millions of years ago.
Yeah, of course.
But, like, there was, like, basically the diverging point between them was there was one of them started, like, basically, like, what was it? They started seeking prey in like shallow waters, and others started like with more of a grasslands focus.
Right.
And the ones with the grasslands focus became like deer, moose.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and the one with the wetlands focus became dolphins and whales.
Oh.
There's
Weird.
a hilarious meme I saw the other day discussing this very subject, actually.
Oh.
And it's like whatever the precursor animal was.
Yes.
And it's the two of them are talking, and he's like, I think I might like start going for like some fish or something. And then the other one's like, bro, careful, like what, like things get really weird in the water. I don't do that. And then he was like, oh dude, bro, it's just a couple fish, I'll be fine.
Of course.
And it's like fast forward 7 million years, and then like there's a deer and he's like, hey bro, how's it going? And then a whale just
Fair enough. Auto loan requires you to have full coverage though, and I couldn't afford a used car without an auto loan. Ah, gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah. Aren't horses also related to early whales? Were land horses, or like early whales were land horses?
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I once saw a whale eat a deer. Wouldn't put them past intercourse. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Also, deer aren't wholly herbivores. Yes, that is true. They are omnivores for sure. It's fucking crazy when you see it, but yeah, they eat meat. It's fucking terrifying sometimes.
I could take on a deer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Me too.
I would dodge its initial like leg sweep,
right?
Like underneath it, then like charge into it, flip it over my shoulder, and then once I've got it on the ground, just do a rear naked choke. And,
I now remember.
Now,
I now know what you're referencing.
Now it's a submission thing, and then just put them in a headlock, hold them there until they black out, and then dig in with a fork.
I now remember the scene. That one anime.
Oh yeah, Nichijou, where she suplexes it.
Yes.
Or no, she doesn't suplex it. She runs up to it and then does the twist. But yeah, I know.
Right. That. Yeah. I have never, before this point in time, questioned how long ago aquatic mammals evolved. Same. I'm glad we're in the same boat. It'd be funny if the deer Pokemon waited with a Whalmer. Yes. My favorite quote: "Damn nature, you scary." True. Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's probably a basis as to why about to drop some cryptid shit on you. Why the not deer is a thing, quote unquote. That's why it was come up with as being like a cryptid that's in Appalachia, I think. it's probably just people saw deer eating fucking meat and they were like, that's not, you don't do that. What the fuck? But, you know, then they had to make it thing of like, oh, look at these. These are deer that are weird. They're not deer. Not deer.
I will be right back. I'm just gonna grab something to eat.
Okay. Enjoy grabbing the thing. The thing about nature you have to remember is that it is a mother, so you have to learn to dodge the punches. True. I love when people are like, if you could only eat the meat that you could kill barehanded. I love knowing chicken and fish are still on the menu. True. My least favorite thing to do is type one thing when I meant to type a different thing. Yeah, it happens. At least that's what I did with my mother. Yeah. You just do some dodge rolls. It's fine. It's the only way, really. It's the only way. And now Aiden's gone, and I can't ask him the question I was gonna ask. Fuck. Dickhead. I had to go get food right when I was about to. Hate that guy. Why is he on this show? Fish is the best meal ever. I wouldn't say that, but fish is pretty good. Dark Souls is a documentary on my parental relationship. There you go. I now understand everything. I know your lore. Oh, Aiden, question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you some questions while you eat, okay?
Okay.
So, shit, I've forgotten my question. Fuck. I was gonna ask you this, and then you gave me the deer or whales thing, and now my brain is gone.
Well,
you son of a bitch.
Technically we're all related to each other.
Well, yeah, I know. Fucking evolution and shit, I get you. It's the whole bananas and people thing, right?
I believe in you, Alejo.
What?
I believe in you to think of what your question was.
Oh, thank you. Shit. Oh, this is a different question. Boo brought this up not too long ago. Of, the Delta Green thing that we did.
Uh-huh.
So, he was wondering, or he had a thing of, he didn't know what, we were, or what you guys were encountering, really, and if it had any basis in actual folklore. And I was wondering if, something that isn't necessarily obvious in bases of anything that's recognizable folklore would be a detriment to you or not.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Okay. Just wondering because, I have many things that are
if it's
in
obscure folklore, I say so much the better.
Okay, cool. Because the next thing, because he was like, I would really like to see something that's more recognizable in the next thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I could do that. Because, for those of you who don't know, in the Assassine thing that's up on the channel, that we did, it was based off of the Michigan Dogman, who is based off of, I'm pretty sure, but I'm getting less sure, of the Lugaroo or Rougarou, depending on how you pronounce it, because they're both are different pronunciations that are the same thing. And that's why it is slightly werewolf-like / it is a dogman. That's where all of the dogman legends come from, is France and the Rougarou thing. I believe it's France.
Yeah.
And so...
Loup-garou literally means wolfman.
Yes. So yeah, he was just like, oh, I didn't even think about it, so if you could, like, let me know. And then, because he was like, I wanted something that was more recognizable, and I was just like, oh, yeah, fair enough. I get that. And then, I explained to him what it was, and he was like, oh, okay, all right, never mind then. I was like, cool. But I have things that are, like, weirdly obscure. / the thing that I did with the people that I did for our patrons / table flippers, if you will. That stuff was based off of a Reddit post, actually, which was interesting. But it is supposedly some kind of things, some folklore-y kind of stuff, but it's not, you know. It could not be, who knows. But I like the ideas, so I did them, and they were fun.
So there, in my opinion,
yeah,
there are a lot of like folklore monsters out there. Like cryptids have been around since the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there's a lot of monsters and baddies and things that go bump in the night out there. And I find it a shame to not utilize as many of them as possible.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Oh, best advice to not be forgetful. Just remember. You know, fuck, you're right. I should just do that. You're right. Thank you. Got some wanky travel lore with Leroy soon. Cool. So deer are already idiots, and whales are the deer that went into the water, which makes them bigger idiots. Also, they survived there, which makes them terrifying. True. Oh, no, they're even dumber when you realize how many of them try to get back on the land and explode. Well, you know. They're not perfect. I kinda wish the beef coon from iCarly was real. Oh my god, I know that.
Have you ever heard whales try to communicate? They sound like this. Like
yes,
they're just stupid deer, which is kind of saying something.
That is true, actually. They sound exactly the same, except underwater, and they shift the tones a little bit more. Deer do the exact same thing. Fucking next time you see a deer, just call it a whale, and it'll feel bad. You know it. I like our Delta Green enemy, but it did mean I couldn't rely on my previous knowledge to inform my choices, which is not a bad thing. True. And yes. Good.
Call a whale a deer with a back cyst.
Ooh, yes. Exactly. Hornless deer. That'll get him. That'll get him real good.
Like, calling them fat's too easy. They're used to that.
True. That's true. But, yeah, okay. So I have that. Do you reckon deer that feel bad taste better? Time to experiment. Hey, you never know. All right, until you get back to me on that, if you would. I'd like that report on my desk Monday morning, please. Cause you know, if I can just berate deer into tasting good, shit, I'm going out there, man. That'll be great.
You know, I know this wasn't intentional, but the fact that Monday morning is Christmas makes that joke so much more meaningful.
Oh, yeah. True. Thank you. It was funnier than I expected. Shit. Only I had realized it. Are you doing anything for Crimbadumbanunas?
I never really cared about Christmas.
That's fair. Well, I don't know. It might be that you had, you know, coworkers or friends that you wanted to hang out with or anything.
Nah, I do have coworkers I'd be willing to hang out with. Unfortunately, I forgot to ask for their numbers before we closed for Christmas week.
Damn. That sucks. You wanna watch Friday the 13th?
You know,
I won't put that upon you if you don't want it. I'm just saying.
On Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yes.
I was like, hey, so yesterday I watched Friday the 13th Part 5. And my friend goes, aren't those like movies not actually that good? And I went, oh, have you never watched a Friday the 13th? And he said no. And I said, keep it that way.
Yeah, good. Okay, I'm glad that you did. For those of you who are unaware, we have a few movies in the works that we have watched. A few recordings in the works that we have watched of the Friday the 13th movies. We've been going through them. And it's been a time. It's definitely been one of the times of all time.
I mean, Alejo.
Yes.
If you don't got anything going on Christmas.
I don't. I'm not going to do anything Christmas. So if you want to, we can totally do that.
I mean, well, so here's the thing, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. Tell me. Lay it on me.
I have the 25th through the 29th off from work.
Oh, lucky.
Because we just close for the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Are you telling me that you would be willing to pop those shits out?
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Is my life really gonna be fucking watching Friday the 13th movies for a whole goddamn week instead of having a week between? Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm willing to do it. Fuck. I'm gonna be working on Wednesday and Thursday, but I am totally down to do so. Oh, we could do tomorrow as well because...
Yeah.
Because, oh, no. Oh, no.
Because it looks like Brogan can't do tomorrow.
No, he can't do tomorrow, so... Oh, no. How many do we have left?
Dude.
I gotta figure it out. Hold on. Give me a second.
Because I'm making a shit ton of taco meat tonight.
Yeah.
So I will not have to leave my apartment. Like, all I have planned to do tomorrow is cook and then maybe catch, like, a train up to the northern part of the city and explore.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, I have a whole week I can explore.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
We could even do multiple videos tomorrow.
That's true. We could do multiple movies. Oh, God. You're right. Oh, fuck me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 would be the reboot because, yeah. We have 6 more movies. We could get that done this week. Oh, fuck me. Let's do it. I'm scared.
Two movies a day for the next 3 days?
Yeah, not... Okay, well, hang on. Whoa. 2 movies. Yeah, no, we can do that. For sure. I'm off all those days, so yeah, we can do that. Fuck me. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. You heard it here first, folks. I'm gonna die in 3 days. Actually, no. One of them will bring me back to life.
Jason X?
Yes. That's the only one. And then we have the fucking reboot after that. Oh, God. At least it's not terrible, from what I remember. Alright. Okay. You heard it here first. We're doing that. Ugh.
Things are gonna get a bit Minecrafty towards the end, I fear.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, yes. Bro, it's Sunday for me. I need a project extension. Nah. You can do it by Monday. I know you can. Who else likes the Grinch better when he hates Christmas? He doesn't really have a character after he stops hating Christmas, so yeah. He's just like...
His defining trait.
Yeah. So, yes. My Christmas plans now involve capturing and insulting deer while taste testing the taste testing the best plans. Thank you, Stazzy. I appreciate your God-given work. I'm just gonna watch anime like I always do. Man, you know?
You know what? I will never say this, or I will rarely say this. Anime would probably be a more worthwhile content to watch.
Yes. I don't watch that much anime. All of you know this. I like anime enough, but like I don't watch, and I would in a heartbit just watch anything.
Where are you at in JoJo's, by the way?
I'm near the end, I think. Kind of. I got to, let me give you specifics, because I got to when... I got to right before, I stopped right before, but I got right before they started the chariot fight in part 2. So I'm right there. They're going to start it when I start again. So I'm excited. That stuff has been good. I've been having a good time. You're just gonna have to enjoy some of the best cinema ever put to screen. Friday the 13th movies, specifically Jason X. Jason X is the only one that I would actually watch more than once, willingly. What I'm doing is technically willing, but I mean after the obligation that I have set forth. Jason is better than Freddy. I said it. No. No, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. He's not. Jason is not a character. Freddy is a character. Jason is not better than Freddy.
Jason is a character, brother.
Okay, what? Jason is a character. We've given him a little bit more, to be fair, just to entertain ourselves, but he's not great. Jason, for those
that little goofy goober standing there like he knows he had to do it to him.
That's right. Jason is
machete in hand.
Yes, that is true. Jason is a goober. Everyone knows this. This is true. Anime never got better after High School DxD. Sure.
No.
Dude, I love High School DxD. Fair enough. We all have our burdens. That's right, Lux. That's right. Do the chains and handcuffs count as voluntary? That's what my captors say.
So Stockholm Syndrome does not appear in the DSM. What it is instead called is something that I find far more fitting. Learned helplessness.
Oh, that is better. I like that a lot more. I didn't know it was referred to as that in the thing. Cool. Well, thank you for that. I almost have 200 anime on my watch list. Feels great. Hey, fair enough. Yeah, I guess slavery isn't that bad if you're a slave long enough. True. There you go.
I'm not touching that one.
Hey, it's fine. If we're taken out of context ever, what are we gonna do? Keep going? Yes. I'm sorry, is this a... Do I see a meme? No, I see a new member. Welcome to the Discord. Who's the new member? Who is the new member? What? Oh, it's not showing me because the Discord's doing the thing. But thank you.
If where? Oh, new members.
Yes.
The Arabian Babe.
Love it. Welcome to the Discord. Hope you enjoy the.
Welcome. We've got some pretty cool shirts on sale.
That's true, actually. And other than that, I mean, we barely talk.
And even better dice.
That's true. That's true. We do have dice that you could buy if you wanted to. That is true. One of these times I will actually give you the whole spiel, but at this moment, I don't feel like it. So, that's fine. I don't know why it's called Stockholm Syndrome, but my mind always goes straight to Vikings.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome because the Stockholm police, like, horribly mishandled a case. I'll see if I can get you the actual story.
Yeah, give it to me. Because I remember, as a Britbonger, I can tell you the Danes took captives. Oh. I'll be the martyr, I will take the fall. Remember me, brothers. Thank you, Stacey. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. I promise. I heard Stockholm Syndrome is not backed up by fact, I think. No, that's not true. Stockholm Syndrome exists. Or, sorry, learned helplessness, if you want to go by the actual term now.
People, is a criminologist in Stockholm, Sweden, used the term to explain the unexpected reaction of hostages of a bank raid toward their captors.
Okay. That makes sense. Though, it's diverted from that now. Well, at least the severity of it, I suppose. Well, what am I trying to say? It seems like it is more severe, or at least played up to be more severe circumstances than that in the colloquial sense.
Here's a list of symptoms.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, learned helplessness is one of the symptoms. That's interesting.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Also, just to clear up, I am the Aryan Babe. Couple of different names. Don't care what you call me as long as you laugh at my 45 IQ humor.
Wait,
hey,
did I misread it?
What? What did you?
Oh no! So you said the Aryan Babe.
Oh no! Yeah. You're good.
And I was like, wait, what? Am I the problem?
No. You're fine. You're just fine, dude. Don't worry about it. You did it right. You did everything correct. Okay? I think that's a thing that I just heard is all. Oh, no, that's fine. I don't know. Well, then people raiding a bank in Stockholm do count as Vikings, I decided. True.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome is not in the DSM-5.
But I thought you said that it is now called learned helplessness.
Learned helplessness is in the DMC-5.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
And Stockholm Syndrome is oftentimes attributed to learned helplessness.
Oh.
But, like,
okay.
Learned helplessness is also what happens with, like, gaslighting.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, that is my misunderstanding. I thought the two were just the same thing, but just different names. Okay. So then you're right, Timothy. My bad. Oh. Shit, I had it for a second, and now it's gone again. Fuck.
Was that your question for me?
Yeah, it was my question. It was there. And it was like, hey, man, this is your question. And I went, yeah. And then my brain also went, hey, man, remember Stockholm Syndrome? We were just talking about that. And I went, oh, yeah. And then I was like, fuck, that's not the question. We just
learned helpless. Stockholm Syndrome's not the DSM-5.
No, it's nothing to do with any of what we were just talking about. Don't worry about that. It was long ago at this point. And it just came to me, and then it didn't. And then, it's all just great in my brain, where I try to think of things, and I just don't. I just don't. It's not there anymore. And I hate it. Oh,
by the way,
yeah.
Continue.
I was gonna ask. If we do vampire, would you prefer if you wanted if we did regular vampire, or would you really, really want vampire cyberpunk?
I would really, really want Vampire Cyberpunk. However, I don't expect other people to cater to what I want, and
Well, I
I am
understand.
perfectly fine only getting one of the two.
I understand. Okay. Just knowing preferences is good. That's all. Anyway, you were going to say. Sorry.
So, I am looking at the watch together for the video we are watching tonight.
Nope. It was in preparation if decided to watch something, because this seemed more like a, oh yeah, that's, yep. And then that was kind of going to be the only conversation, really.
Alright, well, on the left side of the screen.
Yes.
Well, I'll show you the whole thumbnail, I suppose.
Oh, you get the thumbnails. I don't get the sad.
Or not thumbnail, but like...
Oh, just the pause. Yeah,
yeah.
I have that there.
Yes. So, on the left, we see what appears to be a glass of some sort of cola.
Yes. But it looks
and
fake.
Oh yes. So does the beer on the right.
Oh, they're both fake. Okay, I got it. Anyway,
yeah.
Go on.
Which means it was put up there by choice. Which means it was considered a festive decoration. Which means they consider cola to be festive.
Well, I mean, I guess you would have to see if it's in there for all of their videos or not. Because if it might be just part of the table that they talk at.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
So, I wouldn't jump to it immediately, but I understand your point.
That's like the biggest the theory that holds the most water is they consider it festive because of the old Coca-Cola commercials that used to show a polar bear drinking Coke.
You mean...
And polar bears live in
the Arctic? If you recall, Coca-Cola made Santa the way he is now. If I recall correctly.
I had forgotten that, yeah.
Yeah, so that actually would make more sense. Yes, yeah, Stasi says Coca-Cola is the reason Santa wears red, right? Yes, I believe so. So, yeah.
Also, never mind the fact that polar bears do not live at the North Pole. They live in Antarctica.
That's true. They also live in Canada, which is close. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right about that. Because they live in Alaska as well. Yeah. So
grizzly bears live in Alaska, not polar bears.
Polar bears are also in Alaska, dude. Let me make sure. Because I remember seeing many people giving me little things.
Arctic regions like Canada, Alaska, Russia, Greenland, and Norway. Okay.
My man over here doesn't think that I know bears. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I don't know why I doubted you.
My man over here doesn't see that I have a literal polar bear little statuette on my desk and a grizzly bear actually right next to it that are of the same size-ish. It's great. I love what just happened there. That was fun. Let's talk about Sweden and how we should hate them. Why? I don't know anything about Sweden that makes me want
You know what? No. I'll come out and say it. Fuck the Swedes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but
all right. Well, it was talked about.
I was informed that we were talking shit about Sweden.
I get you. Yeah. No. And we did, and now we can continue. So there you go. Good job. Thank you. Although why would people fall in love with their kidnappers? It shouldn't be a thing. Also, yay, what I heard was right after all. Well, it's just it's psychological manipulation and torture and all that kind of stuff. Like lots of things can make the mind have to cope in such ways that are not necessarily a great thing. It's sad. Google results are saying it's more psychologically bonding than falling in love, and that it's a coping mechanism. Yes, there you go. excuse me. I mean, beyond the ungodly murders he committed to the elves and Eskimos, staining his green furs red. Oh yeah, true. That is what Santa did. Google's also telling me that polar bears do not live in Antarctica.
What the fuck?
Now that sounds like news to me.
I'm I'm thinking of penguins.
Oh my god. Fair enough. There, down there. That is true. You're telling me that the hit movie Norm of the North, wait, technically that's of the North, but they were in Antarctica. Why the fuck was it called that? Oh, I hate that movie. Anyway, I'm gonna let that bit die. The reason I still think it's a thing because people would be stupid enough to fall for the kidnappers ever, though, it's not backed up by facts. No. That's so that can happen. That is a thing that can happen, but the it's not because of stupidity. Don't give it that connotation. That's not a good way to look at it at all. The thinking that Stockholm Syndrome itself is a medical, or at least a backed up thing, isn't necessarily due to, well, I guess it could be due to stupidity, you could put it that way, but it's less that, I would say, than the education on the matter, because how many people are literally, like, looking into the DSM, right? And how many people get the memo about that? Which, I mean, it's a good thing to look into, for sure. So, let's be careful with your words, is all I'm saying. Hey, you've kept me locked up for a really long time. Maybe we could come together as a couple? Lamau cope. Oh, no. Oh, God. Santa Claus is really Odin, so the red-stained outfit does make sense. True. True. Oh, I just thought of things that I could do for Delta Green, but it's actually Santa. Have Santa be the thing. Ooh. Oh, no, Krampus. Krampus would be really good for that. Shit. Anyway.
You know, do you watch Rubik's Raptors content regularly, Alejo?
Yes. Well, I haven't for a little bit, but I usually, when I watch them, I just binge through, for sure.
So, his clan has an event that they do
Yes.
every year at Christmas.
Yep.
Where, like, they fight Santa who has escaped out of hell.
Yes, I know. Yep. Or assist him, technically, sometimes.
Yeah, I started his video for this year. I've yet to finish it.
Oh, I haven't even thought about that this year. Oh, I'm so excited. Fuck yeah. That'll be great.
It's pretty good thus far.
I bet. His videos are usually pretty good, so.
They are.
I'm quite a fan. Know what you meant, bro, no worries. Yeah. As long as you know. You're good. Oh, that was the thing as well that I was trying to do. So I have a copy of the Player's Guide for Vampire, right? Or sorry, yeah, no, it's called the Player's Guide, but it's not players as in possessive of anything. It's just, this is a thing for players to read, no matter if you're sorry, I'm about to say follower, Jesus, a keeper, or not keeper, Jesus, storyteller, or a player themselves. And I was trying to find if there is a bloodline that would have all of the powers that you would want. Because you wanted animalism, because you wanted to control your raccoons. And I remember I told you about the utilizing shadows to do a bunch of shit, as well as you can also technically, like, call the dead with it. Which is, I want to say Oblivion is the power.
Okay.
Let me find it. again just to make sure that I'm not making dumb little things.
I thought I was just going Gangrel.
Yes, well, that was the thing that you wanted to go Gangrel to do the animal thing itself, but I didn't know if you also wanted that other power, because that would be locked off to you if you went Gangrel. You would only be able to do, I think they have animalism, they have protean, and they have, what
does protean give them?
I think that's the become animals thing.
Oh, okay.
I think. Let me open up my copy of the main book because I have that here as well. My main book is in my...
So, I would almost definitely be going Gangrel because when we did play that Cyberpunk campaign with like Mike and everyone else.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Back then. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. I really liked using drones.
Yes.
And it would be pretty easy for me to like get some like back alley chop shop of like, hey, here's a raccoon. I want you to put cyberware in it.
Yes, that's right.
And then have fucking raccoon drones.
That is true. Yes. Well, hell, you could just make them into familiars, or not. Sorry, ghouls. You can make animals into ghouls. So.
No, they would all be ghouls, but like,
yeah,
I want to buff my ghouls with cyberware.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would probably make it a little. It would be specific, like in the sense that you wouldn't be able to put like all the cyberware, right? You would probably have.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not putting like a Sandevistan on one. Like.
Right.
I just want something that will like, give it like increased ability to see at night.
Yeah.
Or like recording, like turn them into fucking surveillance drones.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind then, because you would have animalism, fortitude, and protean. Okay, that makes sense. Fortitude. I thought it would be the other one. Okay. Cool. Long as that's what you want, because I know you like doing shadow shit.
I do like doing shadow shit, but I did shadow shit this campaign.
Understandable. Okay. Cool. I want to see Godzilla-style movie where it's Santa versus Krampus versus Yetis versus reindeer, but they're all 100-foot monsters. Do it. Make it yourself. It'll be great. Literally study America experimental animal weapons circa 1944. Rats, pigeons, and squirrel bombs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Could do that. You want to lose a loyal pet, for sure. Also, how come the channel subs keep going back and forth between 667 and 668? Because people unsubscribe. Because they do. That's just how it goes. Hell, we were up to 669 not too long ago, but then, we had some people unsubscribe. And it's just, that's just the way of the beast. Considering that I don't do what we should be doing of, like, making the channel successful, then, we're gonna lose people all the time, more often than we gain people, for sure. So, On the subject of big scary things, you should look at Gasha Dokuro. Okay, I will do so. I will subscribe only because you endorse slavery? No! Wait a minute! No!
Yo! I've seen this before.
Gasha Dokuro. Oh, it's a yokai. Ooh, thank you for yokai. I have seen that picture before.
Big Skeleman.
Yes, I have seen that. It's a spirit that takes the form of giant skeletons made of skulls of people who died in the battlefield and is 10 or more meters tall. Only the eyes protrude, and some sources describe them as burning yellow or green. They wander around at 2 a.m. and attack and eat humans as they when it sees them. It's said to make a clattering sound with its teeth, gachi gachi. However, they are also known to be stealthy when approaching humans they wish to eat. There you go. Invisibility and indestructibility, since it's composed of the bones of people who are already deceased, though Shinto charms are said to ward them off. Continue hunting its prey until its pent-up anger is released, causing the bones to crumple and the Gasha Dokuro to collapse. Cool. Yeah, I've seen that picture, so thank you for reminding me of this. That's something that I could use at some point. That'd be really fun. Love folklore. Give me folklore.
Alejo, this was on a website about Gashadokuro, and I find that the real star of the picture is not the Gashadokuro itself, but instead, like, the little centipede dude going like, ooh, I'm gonna get ya!
Ooh, you're coming with me. Yeah, hold on, let me give this to all of you out there. You need to see this. It's very good. I like it a lot. Hold on.
Oh, stop moving!
Ooh, I'm gonna get you. Ooh, why are you running so fast? Hate when you do that.
There you go, everybody. This little guy back here, this little guy, look at him.
I got 15 million legs. You got 2. You're not outrunning me.
You're not outrunning me, little guy. I'm gonna eat you. You're getting in my belly. Nothing you can do about it. You might as well stop now.
Love him. Nuklavi are my favorite folklore monsters. Ooh, okay. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, if we're talking favorite folklore monsters.
Nuklavi. Ooh. Horse-like demon from Orcadian folklore that combines equine and human elements. Hold on, let me get you. Let's see. I've seen this type of thing before. Yeah, let's go with that one. That looks good. I have seen these type of things before. British folklorist Catherine Briggs called it the nastiest of all the demons of Scotland's Northern Isles. Yeah, okay, it's Scottish. Thought to wilt crops and sicken the livestock, and the creature was held responsible for droughts and epidemics on land, despite being predominantly a sea dweller. Okay. Thank you for this.
My favorite cryptid, or the folklore creature, is the Apotamkin.
The Apotamkin.
Apotamkin. They were a Native American, like, essentially kind of like a vampire.
That's right. You were talking about this not too long ago. Yeah,
but they would dwell underneath, like, the surface level of, like, lakes, and they would lure children to the edges of the lakes, and then they would eat them.
Yes. I don't want a red bubble link. Thank you. I just want a picture to this, alright? Oh, here.
It is said to have long red hair, and in some versions it was a human woman before being changed into a serpent.
Yeah. Why do I see so many fucking Bella Swan posts accompanying this in the image section? What the fuck is going on?
Who is that? Is that a Twilight character?
Yes, that is the Twilight character.
In popular culture, Apotamkin was briefly referenced in the 2008 film Twilight. It is often mistakenly called a vampire by non-Native Americans, especially since it was named as such in the film. But in the Maliseet and Passamaquoddy legends, it is unrelated to vampires. Gotcha. Whilst it is defined as a monster, it is not always evil. Its presence deters children from entering the water without parental supervision, avoiding injuries or death. The Passamaquoddy tribe believe that the Apatompkin prevents children from falling through thin ice.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's another bastardization that fucking Stephanie Meyer did. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. Every time that fucking woman comes up, something.
It's like the Apatompkin like ate children, but I don't believe it like sucked their blood.
No, it doesn't seem that way. Okay. And Stephanie Meyer. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing one on a. This is. Okay. Love old Japanese artwork? Yes. Inhuman Centipede? Yeah. I love all the folklore, I can't choose just one. Oh yeah, folklore's great. Sounds similar to the traditional mermaid? Probably. Akrabamalu, as represented by The Rock in Mummy 2. I never watched The Scorpion King. I don't plan to. I only watched The Mummy, and then I stopped with that series, because it was good. Akrabamalu.
Hey, Alejo, this is a really very specific pull to like back when we were in college together.
Sure.
But do you remember when I showed you / made you watch Wizards of Oz?
Wizards of Oz. Why does that sound familiar? Hold on. How do you spell
Oz as in like AUS, like Australia.
Yes, that's right. I don't recall this at all.
It's done by I believe it's like haven't we done well for ourselves? And they became like more popular recently.
Has it? I don't recall this at all. Was it me? Are you sure?
Oh, I know it was you.
Okay.
Yeah, by Auntie Donna.
It might be that I have to rewatch it a little bit just to remember. Because it has been a hot minute.
Do you remember Fishy Thursdays?
That sounds familiar. See, this sounds familiar, it's just that I don't recall it, you know? So
there's a scene where there's like a mummy who is speed dating.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I remember I forget what the line was, but he's like, hit movie The Mummy with Brendan Fraser."
Oh, that sounds familiar too. Shit.
I gotta rewatch this.
Do you remember Baby Bones?
Fuck, that sounds familiar as well. Fuck.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll show you this.
Okay.
Yes, I do remember this. Yes, I do remember Baby Bones.
Just a great big fuck of a man, aren't you?
Yes, oh god, it's coming to me now. Yeah. Okay.
I get why you've referenced this now. Yes, okay. Yes, it is coming back to me slowly but surely. Yeah. I found that. That one, that didn't help me, unfortunately, but the Baby Bones actually really did. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
We're on a crazy battlefield. Don't flirt.
Yes, that is the Scorpion Man. Yes, the Akrabamalu. I don't know how to. Oh, it was in the Epic of Gilgamesh? Oh. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Created by Tiamat. Gotcha. Neat. That makes sense, because Tiamat. Babylonian stuff. Or anyway. Stories of a Wendigo are metal as fuck, a ghost thing that makes people eat each other in the winter. Well, yeah, that's what it's become, but it wasn't that originally. It was just a tale to make sure that you weren't greedy.
You don't cannibalize.
Yeah, don't cannibalize and don't be greedy. A lot of the time it was more don't be greedy. Because it was a bad thing. Don't do that. Because you're hoarding food from each other, and then, you know, makes you turn into a spirit and all that stuff. And it was Wendigo. If you want to go from the original stuff. Oh my god, I was about to search up Wendigo, and then I hit N twice, and I forgot that this existed until it came up in the recommended of Google search. Thank you, Google, you've made me sad again. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That was a thing. Does anybody remember that was a thing? Nobody cared. Nobody watched it.
This is completely unrelated to that.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
I just straight up stumbled across a shiny Zangoose.
Yo! Nice. Good for you.
I was like flying along, and I was like, oh right, I've got to defeat a wild Pokemon in a battle for a quest. I dropped down to the ground, and I was like walking up to a Zangoose, but it was sunset.
Mm-hmm.
So like colors were already a bit weird, but I was like, man, that Zangoose looks like really blue. That's really weird. Isn't shiny Zangoose blue? Oh. And then, like, the battle starts and the little sparks fly up, or stars fly off.
Yeah. Nice.
It is my second shiny Zangoose.
Hey. I sounded the word out. Well, no, you're good. I just, I'm saying the original thing. Wendigo, more like we don't go there. Yeah, that's right. Supposed to not do that. That's fine. Better Wendigo than Corpo. True. Dude, damn, that movie sucked. I never watched it. I just remember seeing everybody trashing it. And I was like, cool. I don't ever want to see that movie. That sounds awful. Reminding me of Blood and Honey backs up my previous statement. Yeah, better Wendigo than Corpo, for sure. Yes. All right. We've just kind of been waffling around, faffing about, in fact. I hope everybody's been enjoying it. Because, really, it's just kind of like... It's just kind of been like how I feel.
It's a chill episode.
Yeah, it's just been kind of how I feel, really.
Actually, this may be a fix for the low energy feel of the stream. Let me get an energy drink real quick.
Oh, okay.
It won't give you more energy,
right?
But
I didn't never say it was a problem, so I don't know why we have to fix it, but sure.
I am hoping that by nature of being 50% of this podcast, I can guilt you into being more energetic.
Hey man, I had 2 cups of coffee, alright? I'm fine. I'm just having a good time. That's all.
Alright, well, we can't have that now, can we?
Oh shit, he's right.
Hey, if you're having too good of a time, we can always watch Friday the 13th Part 6 now.
Oh, I'm not having that good of a time, alright?
Alright.
I don't need to be squashed.
Just let me know if
Part 6 isn't that bad in comparison.
Just let me know if the quality of your day starts getting a little too high.
Right. Oh, it'll be too high tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I never watched it either, but I don't need to. No one does. The thing about Cyberpunk, I feel like the corpos are the real heroes, literally holding America up. There's a reason they run things, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's the way. I see the corpo in the crowd. I'm having a great time. Good. I'm glad. I'm considering myself a decent 3 to 5% of the podcast when I receive my cut in the mail. Oh, don't worry. The dedicated hosts don't even receive a cut in the mail, so it's fine. You'll receive even less. Chat as a whole gets their cut, okay? I'll send it to you when I send it to all of chat, alright? It just takes a while. It's like business days and shipping and all that. And it's a holiday right now, so I really don't feel like it. So, you know, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll live. I'll live too. Maybe. We'll see. Excuse me, goodness. I don't know how I receive less than nothing, but I'm glad to have been a part. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing about the show. You have to remember that, you know, you expect nothing and we'll deliver less. Okay? and then we live up to all of your expectations. It's great. Did you and Aiden have a favorite part of my lore? Let me think. I gotta relook at it really quick. I would say... Look at the... Need to choose between... I like the intrigue that you have of setting up the Crackle Kingdom with the Lich. I'm interested to see how that took place and like is overrun in a year. So yeah. It's just no, it sucked right better. I'm just kidding, just in case. No, you're good. Yeah. No, I think I'm interested in how the Lich will play into everything. So, yeah. Skynet is the real hero? That's true. Well, so that's the thing. If Skynet didn't exist, then why, you know, if Skynet didn't exist, you wouldn't have had Terminator 2, and Terminator 2 is really good. So really, doing great. You think about it, humanity's just slowing Skynet down? That's true. That is true. You're not wrong.
I return.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
I have an ingestible substance with me. And
tell me all about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
That was not going to be the subject, but I can also tell you that.
Oh, sorry.
So you know, like a gin and tonic, right?
I have heard of such a thing. Yes.
Yes. You know of them.
I do.
Well, you know, I sort of did the most 20-year-old thing ever.
Okay.
In that I have a gin and Monster.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I don't know why.
Let's go up and down, brother. Let's go up and down.
Yeah, I don't know why. I really enjoy the taste of low-carb Monster because I have memories linked with that flavor of, like, the beginning days of high school when Battlefield 3 was out, and getting home from school, playing Battlefield 3, and like I was pretty good at Battlefield 3, like actually. So I had a lot of fun with that game.
Thank you for the flex.
Yeah, you're welcome. My biggest kill streak in that game was like one match where I went like 38-1.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
I
have no idea if it was 38-1, but it was like some ungodly high number.
Right, I get you. I was never a monster guy. I just never got into having monsters. It was really just coffee for a long time until I started drinking some energy drinks not too long ago, like a couple years back. And then
yeah,
after that, I just stopped because they hurt my heart.
As years have gone on, the amount of energy drinks I drink has like declined rapidly.
Yeah.
And I kind of just try to avoid caffeine in general now because I have gotten diagnosed with anxiety, and caffeine is bad for people like us.
That's true and fair.
Which is bad because I have a couple times in my life had a whole gram of caffeine.
Yes. Yes. Yup. I know. I remember what you used to do.
Yeah.
You absolute fucking madman. Even back then, I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, dude, not gonna lie. Since moving, things were bad for a while before I got diagnosed because what I would do is go to work in the morning and I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
Because I slept really poorly the night before.
Right.
And I had caffeine pills.
Yeah.
And I would grab a like a coffee monster from my fridge, and I would grab a couple of caffeine pills and like wash down the caffeine pills with Monster Java.
Yep.
And then start my day.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, so I stopped drinking the more traditional energy drinks, but to be fair, before I started doing my keto shit, I actually was drinking a energy drink that was the V8 energies, if you know those.
Oh yeah. I know, I'm familiar. I don't think I've ever had them.
They're good. Like, they taste good, and they don't make my heart hurt, so that's really like the big plus. So I was drinking those, and I have a bunch of them that are just sitting in my fridge and have been sitting in my fridge for a very long time now. Thankfully, they last like a year. So, once I finally reach, the target weight that I want to be, I can have those again, which will be nice. Because I miss fruit, and I miss tasting fruit. And they
fruit
taste
is
like
pretty
fruit.
Good.
Fruit is good, man. That's why when I get some berries, I'm like, oh, this is nice. I can eat these, and it's good. Yeah, so those are the ones that I've been drinking. I was doing a lot more of the coffee monsters because of you from that day, that one day.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you introduced me to them. And then once
the salted caramel flavor.
Salted caramel, yes, it's the only one that I really want all the time, but they're very, very bad for me now. Because my heart will hurt. But they taste so good.
Well, for what it's worth,
yeah,
it's less so that they're really bad for you now. They were always that bad for you, brother.
They were always that bad for me, but I was able to deal with them more when I was younger.
Yeah. Like, the drink hasn't changed. You have changed.
Yes. And god damn it. I miss when I had a whole fucking case of them that I'd get delivered to me, and I could go through a couple of those a day, and they were good. Man, they were good. Fucking probably why my heart started hurting.
Probably.
But man, they were good. Let's see.
I also, so I've been recounting to some of my coworkers about what my, like, we've been like swapping stories about what our undergrad research labs were like.
Sure.
And I have come to realize that mine was pretty dang bad. So I'm going to share some stories with you guys as soon as I re-download some photos I sent to myself.
Okay.
And forward them to you.
Oh.
And also leave to take another photo of a jacket of mine.
Okay.
That still has like peroxide damage on it.
Oh. Okay. This is exciting. Story time.
Yeah. So be excited for content.
Okay. Always excited for content.
Let me make sure I've downloaded these in order. Yeah, there we go. Give me like 1 second to go take a photo, and I will be right back.
Alethorn killed the Lich, but Leroy will figure some stuff out for sure. Okay, cool. I drink at least 12 monsters a day. If my heart doesn't literally jump out of my chest, I'm incapable of functioning. Yeah, there you go. 4 grams of caffeine a day is a requirement, else I will collapse from exhaustion. Yeah, okay. Ugh. I gotta drink coffee every day. I got some now. I got anxiety. Woo, not stopping. Same. I drink coffee. I actually haven't been drinking it every day these days, which has been okay. But that's more because I've been home a lot more, because of the not having work because of holiday. That's the words. Every time I kick caffeine, I end up having to work an early shift and getting right back on the wagon. No caffeine equals headache the next day. Yeah. That's the problem. No caffeine equals death. Yes, also that. Tea has more caffeine than coffee. Fun facts. Yes, that is true. A lot of the time. I actually have a bunch of Earl Grey that I've just been given. That's like some fancier stuff apparently. Which I'm excited to try. So it'll be nice. Yes, tea is technically superior. I will give you that. But I like coffee a lot, so you know. Source, I am British. Well, hey. If you're, you know what? If we can't trust that the opinion of a real genuine Brit, then who can we trust, really? Come on. Tea and coffee for life. Yes. Tea is superior, but also makes me get kidney stones. Wow. Fair enough. Man, that picture must be taking a while, eh? Yeesh. Guy over here taking pictures. Taking forever. Kidney stones are fun. It's like getting a toy and cereal. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. You know what? I'm gonna... Oh, good. The crackling of the fire is still going. It was actually quite low for me for a second there, so I was very confused. Oh, the other thing that I can be doing is finding the bowling thing. I need that. Gin and Monster, what the fuck? That's what I was saying, dude. Up and down, brother. Apparently. That's what he wants. What the fuck was the thing that I got? Oh, it might be in my email, actually. Old... Or the channel email, because I have that there. Gin and Monsters like pina and colada. I don't think that's. I don't know about that one. Oh, was it this site? Mentime? Hold on, I have to figure out if this was actually it or not. If it was, then I can just... Is it Mentimeter? No, that was from today. That's not right. Oh, I've done it to myself. Fuck. Chat is going hard tonight. I'm loving it. Good. I always appreciate when chat just continues on. Sorry, I'm trying to find the thing that I need. Oh, that was back for Blue Sky. Oh, this isn't right. Oh, jeez.
All right, I am back, and pictures are sending.
Okay. Excitement. Oh, here we go.
There we go. So,
Here, let me get all these set up if you want them to be shown.
yeah, I've got one more like little bit of visual. Well, no, I can just explain it. So the photos are like in order.
Okay, I will start with the first.
Yeah. So my research was on overcoming the tendency toward laminar flow in microfluidics.
Right.
So basically what we would do is we had these little, like, you see that like gray rectangle in the center?
Yes.
We had these silica stators that we would drop a little rotor into. Basically, it was shaped more or less kind of like a gear. But we would have the two inlets on the left. We would pump into the stator, and the fluids would flow like inward and down, like basically like a Y, basically.
Yep.
And the gear was at the center of the Y. And when the two microfluidics channels mixed, they would have a tendency toward laminar flow, but they would push that gear like with them clockwise, and that gear would break up the laminar flow into turbulent flow, which would allow for proper mixing of the two fluids. Laminar flow, you may have heard of it before. It's like when you turn on like a faucet, and you can look up pictures of it online.
Sure.
But it looks like the water isn't even moving because like all of the molecules in the water are all flowing only ever to the direction of the flow. Whereas in turbulent flow, like there's some variation into what vectors the molecules take.
Right.
So, like, in laminar flow, it's all in, like, all of the molecules flow in the direction of the stream. In turbulent flow, they go around in every direction a bit, but also to make their way down the path of the stream. Okay. You want to overcome laminar flow to, like I said, achieve mixing between two fluids. We used to measure the success of the designs of mixer we were using. We made silver nanoparticles, and we would pump into solutions, create the mixed final solution, and then I would walk it across campus to take an optical density reading and reflectiveness of the colloidal silver solution to determine how successful the mixer was at mixing. That's just a little bit of background. The second photo is literally how poorly put together my lab bench was.
Yeah, I see that.
And what I was fucking working with, ignore the hot plate that is like on and looks like it's at 65C, like just hanging out there with a grad cylinder full of what I'm sure is piranha solution.
Oh, yeah, no, that's bad.
We will get back to that.
Okay.
The third photo is just like my sparse hood that was just, or technically I think that looks more, no, it had to have been a hood, not a biosafety cabinet. Yeah, no, it was a hood. The fume hood with just like old chemicals hanging out in there, the poorly used sink, a couple more hot plates because fuck it. The fourth photo is when I was fucking around in lab one day and we were making piranha solution and I was not wearing gloves. So I got a piranha burn on my finger.
Oh, God.
Or sorry, not a piranha burn,
No,
a peroxide burn.
Yeah, I was gonna say piranha. No. Yeah. Okay.
Looked a lot worse than it was. It basically just, my fingertip felt like numb and tingly for like a couple hours and then it went back to feeling fine.
That's good.
I should also, are you still in the watch together?
No.
Would you kindly, get in the watch together?
What's this gonna be?
I want to show you what a piranha solution does to a hot dog.
Okay. I would love to know what a piranha solution does. Science, everybody. Get ready. Get ready for science.
Fuck. Alright, yeah, this'll do. Let me get in the watch together.
Yes.
Oh. Scrolling up, post watch together, there we go. Hello.
Okay, so...
Oh my god. I'm gonna turn the sound off. I don't need that, man. Thank you.
You really don't.
Okay.
We would use piranha solution in our lab. Piranha spelt like the fish. Piranha solution is a 3-to-1 mix of 3 parts sulfuric acid to 1 part 10% hydrogen peroxide. And the 3-to-1 ratio is kinda like, how spicy do you want to make it today? I have made it to like a 2-to-1. And basically, hydrogen peroxide forms what's called like a superacid complex. With the peroxide and the sulfuric acid form superacid complex. The definition of a superacid is anything that is stronger than sulfuric acid. Basically, the sulfuric acid helps provide the peroxide with extra hydrogens, which when the peroxide like oxidizes stuff, the sulfuric acid can donate another peroxide the sulfuric acid can donate another hydrogen to the peroxide and have it just do what it did again. It forms a complex called Carros acid.
Okay.
CARROS. But the most notable thing about sulfuric acid and peroxide is that when you mix the two together, the sulfuric acid will go from room temperature to boiling in about 3 seconds.
Right. Okay.
And it will get hotter faster the more peroxide you use.
Gotcha.
And remember when I said that it is a 3-to-1 ratio of 3 parts sulfuric to 1 part peroxide?
Yes.
I have nearly made the mistake of swapping the two by accident.
Oh. Yeah. No. Uh-oh.
Which, if you think about it, of like dripping in sulfuric acid from a pipette into a beaker of peroxide,
right,
means that there is a key crucial moment in time where it is 1 drop of sulfuric acid among a whole beaker of what gives it fuel.
Yeah. Bad. Okay.
Yeah, bad. A scientist in the UK made the same mistake a few years ago and died.
Hey.
The hood blew up in his face. He had like glass shards embedded in his skull.
Oh.
He had 3rd-degree burns like all over his body.
Right.
And the way that my professor prepped me for making piranha solution regularly was he had me read that research article.
Oh, and so you nearly did it to yourself, is what you're telling me.
And I nearly did it to myself.
Huh.
Now, granted,
yeah.
I nearly, like, he had me read that when I was, like, just beginning my research.
Of course, yeah.
And then I did research for a couple months.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
died.
Right, yes.
And then come back after physical therapy, like, 8-9 months later.
Right.
And my professor goes, "Welcome back to lab. I'll let you, like, pick up your work." And I went, "Oh, okay, cool. No, I don't need retraining." And I went in the lab, and the first thing I did was nearly kill myself.
Jesus, we almost lost you again, is what you're telling me. Jesus Christ.
My hand was like holding the graduated cylinder full of sulfuric acid over the beaker of peroxide.
Yeah.
And I was like about ready to begin dripping, and I just went, "No!" and like moved my hand very slowly away.
I'm glad. Oh my god.
So yeah, we would use peroxide and sulfuric acid into piranha for the purpose of if we had any organics in our rotor, it would oftentimes jam the rotor.
Makes sense, yeah.
Like if like a hair follicle from someone like fell off, you would just pump the lines full of piranha, and whatever like dust or hair was in the tubes would get cleared.
That makes sense, yeah.
And to give you a little live demonstration of that, here is someone dropping a glizzy into a beaker of very angry looking piranha.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
He's adding some more peroxide, making it even angrier.
Oh no.
The reason that the solution turns black is because of the carbon from the hot dog essentially being ripped off it.
Oh, I don't like how bubbly it got.
Yeah. There is a video I watched Oh yeah, no, that was the hot dog. That little like
that little
noodle we saw.
and
Yeah,
now
that
it's
was the hot
gone.
dog.
And now it's just gone.
Yeah.
Thank you to Nile Red Shorts for
Oh, it is Nile Red. Yeah, of course it's Nile.
for vaporizing a hot dog in acid.
Yeah.
Oh.
He also made yeah, most of that hot dog is technically now a gas.
That's cool, but also I don't want to be a gas. Wait a minute.
No, actually no, most of it isn't a gas. It's all the nitrogen would be.
Okay.
All the carbon would stay in solution.
That makes sense.
Okay. Except for the portion that got turned into CO2.
Right. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so that's what I was working with.
I got
and you know, sometimes when I feel a little spicy that day, I would make it closer to like a 1-to-1 solution.
Okay.
Because I'd be like, you know what? I see a speck of dust in the mixer. I need it fucking gone, and I don't feel like waiting around like a half an hour for it to dissolve.
Yeah.
So fucking make it 1-to-1, pump it through the solution at boiling hot temperatures.
Yeah.
And it'll go.
Yeah, I bet.
As a general rule of thumb in chemistry, every 10 degrees that a solution increases in temperature, it's about twice as good at like dissolving stuff in.
Okay.
Which is why when we make like southern sweet tea, we get the water like really hot before adding the sugar.
Sure.
But yeah, so that would dissolve fucking anything organic in my mixers.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if we get to the next photo after my burn,
yes,
we come to anything that was inorganic in my mixers. For this, we would use a 1 to 10. I don't know why it's marked 0 to 1 HF. Maybe.
I think the
No,
marker is just...
It's not 10 to 100. We would do a 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 solution of HF.
Okay.
Hydrofluoric acid.
Gotcha.
And HF is the only chemical that to this day I refuse to work with.
Gotcha.
The reason being, HF isn't a particularly strong acid on your skin. You can, in fact, get HF on you and not realize you have it on you.
Sick.
But the problem is that it will leach into your body and into your bloodstream.
Ooh.
Where then it will denature, and those fluorine radicals will seek out usually calcium.
Okay, yeah.
Got
a lot of that.
And yeah, in your bones.
Yeah.
And it will eat away your bones. And there's someone who died actually, I think only like 2 or 3 years ago, because he got HF on his like splashed on his pants.
Yeah.
And he did not strip before he got into the chemical safety shower. Which resulted in all of that water running down his body, just kind of spread the HF throughout his pants.
Jeez.
And gave it more surface area to leach into his body at like his femurs, you know, the biggest bone in the human body.
Yeah.
He was admitted to the ER a little while later on hypocalcemic shock.
Right.
And even if like it'll like fuck up how, I'm not too certain how the mechanism of action is here, but it'll like fuck up how your body produces red blood cells.
Yeah.
And the red blood cells won't like flow correctly through your vessels and will turn you into a stroke risk. HF is also used with with cleaving of peptides from resin beads. So the way you make peptides is you start out with resin beads, you conjugate them with like a base sort of linker of the resin bead to linker to peptide, and then you start doing like chemical baths of one peptide at a time. And then at the very end, after you've made your peptide, like a string of like 50 peptides, a string of 50 amino acids, rather, make one peptide. After that, you treat them with HF, and the cleaver or the linker molecules all cleave, and you get left with loose resin beads and loose peptides. I know this because I was applying to a peptide synthesis lab because they did like work with diabetes research, and I was like, yo, that sounds fucking sick. Until I found out that they did HF as part of their process. And I found out like during my interview with them, and I was like, oh, you guys use HF in the labs? And they're like, yeah, a bit. We try to be very safe. And I rescinded my application right then and there. Like, it's the only interview where I've gone, you know what? No.
Understandable.
Yeah, bad shit. We would keep calcium gel on standby in the labs. For if you got any HF on you, you would wash it off, and then you would like squeeze out like a tube of toothpaste, but of calcium gel, and then smear it on the affected body part like it was sunscreen.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, bad stuff. Remember? Oh yeah. So this we would use HF for the purpose of any inorganic like obstructions in our mixers. Because HF will dissolve silica, which our stators and our rotors were both made out of. So what we would do is we would run HF through the solution, through the mixers, and then immediately run deionized water through the mixers, to like wash away the hydrofluoric acid. And what this would do is essentially eat away at every surface in the mixers simultaneously. So you'd be kind of simultaneously widening every channel in the mixer at once.
Okay.
We would use this if the mixer in the center of or if the rotor in the center of the mixer spot welded like accidentally to the bottom of the well where it sat. This was a very good way of clearing up that spot welding, but because silica will be sort of gummy and reactive after having HF flow through it, we would follow it up with water as like an additional way of making sure that we didn't clear the spot weld only for it to spot weld again. I don't know why we used HF. Because other things will dissolve silica. Fucking sulfuric acid will dissolve silica. And using HF is kind of like taking a chainsaw to a notebook.
Oh god, yeah, okay. I get you.
But the final two photos are when I was making piranha solution. And I was feeling kind of spicy some days.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be wearing a lab coat in the lab because fuck it, if I'm there in lab only for like 20 minutes one day before going to grab lunch, like my girlfriend at the time did research in the same building that I did.
Gotcha.
So if we were like going to lunch that day or something, and I was just kind of like waiting around for her,
Yeah.
I would go into lab, spend 20 minutes in lab, run one quick sample, and then gather my data for the day and leave.
Right.
Because of that, I was in a rush. Because I was in a rush, I was not wearing gloves and also not wearing a lab coat and just in my regular coat. And the splatter that you are seeing on the sleeve of my coat is from where Piranha landed on it one day
I see.
and burned it away.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, so that was my undergrad research experience.
Yeah.
When I left, the COVID vaccine was all the rage in the scientific community.
It was.
And mRNA vaccines via lipid nanoparticles was more specifically the rage. And wouldn't you know it, the size that the dynamic light scattering that we had done on the silver nanoparticle colloidal solutions showed that the silver nanoparticles were just about the ideal size for a lipid nanoparticle known as a liposome, which is like, hold on, let me show you what a liposome looks like.
Sure.
Do this. Do this. So, fats are have a hydrophobic end and a hydrophilic end.
Okay.
The saturated or it's one like round part, the phosphate end, and then two sort of tails. Saturated fats, the tails are straight, and unsaturated fats, one of the tails is bent because it's missing a hydrogen. And a liposome is sort of a group of lipids which all love to sort of be with each other, but the hydrophilic end of the lipids makes them immiscible in water. It's like oil and vinegar. But much like if you go to the store and you shake up a vinaigrette, they'll form these little round micelles of oil. It's very similar thing with liposomes, except with liposomes, the center of it is hollow. It forms its own like aqueous solution at the very center of it. And in the center of the liposome, you will have a sequence of mRNA.
Okay.
So mRNA loaded liposomes were kind of all the rage. My silver nanoparticles were showing to be at about a perfect size for mRNA loaded liposomes.
Gotcha.
And I got word from my professor of like, hey, next we're going to move the research here. And I was like, oh, cool. Too bad I graduate next week. So I hope my mixers are currently being used for vaccine research.
Yeah.
But I have no idea.
Yeah, you could find out if you really wanted to.
I could.
But do you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, hopefully. Cool. Well, that's a dangerous undergraduate program. At the end of the day.
It wasn't dangerous if you stayed safe. I just didn't stay safe.
Right, exactly. That's kind of the crux of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Like I was told make Piranha solution in a ratio of like anywhere from like 4 to 1 to
Mhm.
3 to 1.
Mm.
You can go 2 to 1, it just gets a bit spicy, and I went 1 to 1, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. I heard. Just do 1 to 1. I understand. Yeah, fair enough.
Like, dude, I'm leaving in 20 minutes to go grab lunch. I don't have time to wait around for that little speck of dust to dissolve. We're gonna make some spicy piranha.
What is Aiden's degree? What is it?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. There you go.
Even though my undergrad research was more physics based.
Is Aiden trying to make himself a superhero? No. You misunderstand. He was trying to die.
I was actively trying to avoid like being deformed.
That's right.
There was one time I caused a fire with piranha solution.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The
opposite of a superhero. That's right.
So, in the lab, we use something called Kim wipes. KIM wipe.
Mm-hmm.
They are produced by a company known as Kimtech.
That makes sense.
And Kim wipes are made out of pure cellulose.
Okay.
They were chosen for being used to wipe stuff down in the lab because cellulose is pretty unreactive generally.
Makes sense.
But when you have a strong oxidizing agent that can just rip up the hydrogens present in a Kim wipe,
yeah.
Like nom, 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 nom. Like, you know, piranha solution.
Mm-hmm.
Things can get very bad very quickly. So there was one night in lab. It was like 9:30 at night. Everyone had left for the day. I was the only person in lab, which is already a safety issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound good.
Not only are undergrads not supposed to be in the lab by themselves, but I was like the only person in the building.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know, maybe me and a janitor, I don't know.
Right. Hold on, a question for you. Isn't that just plant matter, basically? The
it is.
Wipes?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, it
go.
is. So, I was bored one night. I needed to go home, and I was tired, and I decided to fuck around a little bit. And see if the finding out was to my liking or not. So I took let me get you a picture of a wayboat.
Okay.
So I took like one of these. They're like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches by 4 or 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Made plastic, by the way, plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Filled it up with about an inch of some spicy piranha solution.
Of course.
And then I dropped a whole ass Kim wipe in it. And immediately, like, fucking immediately, the solution looks like when Niall poured in like more peroxide into the hot dog solution and the whole thing was just foam.
Yeah.
So immediately the whole thing like bubbles up like over the lip of the wayboat and I go, I have fucked up now. And then the foaming dies down and I go, oh, good. Okay, this is fine. And then I see that the foaming has died down to reveal fire. And I went, oh, this is worse. And God. I was like, you know, I really hope this doesn't set off a fire alarm. And you know what? It didn't.
Yeah, that would have made it bad.
Yeah, it would have made it really bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You idiot.
But afterward, the piranha solution looked a lot like the solution after Niall had the hot dog in it. Just kind of, it was just black.
Yeah, that's that.
From
Okay.
all of the from all of the carbonization.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or the hydrolyzed carbon, rather.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Sounds like a faulty fire alarm. Don't tell anyone.
You know what? Probably.
There you go. Also,
I was standing there looking at like what looked like steam or smoke coming up and like doing calculations in my head of like that should be primarily steam.
it should be fine. Yeah. Timothy wanted to know, why did you have so many hot plates in your lab?
Dude, I don't. Okay, so I want to say I don't know, but I do know why we had a couple of them. I just don't know why we had so many.
Okay.
Piranha solution heats up when it's made.
Yes.
And if you can keep it hot, it will stay fresh for longer. But when it cools back down to room temperature, it loses its like effectiveness.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
So we would make piranha solution like 10 mils, or well, supposed to make 10 mils at a time.
Right.
And then we would put the grad cylinder on the hot plate. And I don't know why I was trained to put a grad cylinder on a hot plate. Given that grad cylinders have a very narrow bottom and are long, when ideally, if you want to keep something hot, you want to have as much surface area in contact with the hot plate as possible.
Right.
So, like, a beaker would have done better.
Would have done wonders.
Yeah. It also would have been a lot less tip happy.
Yeah. It's fine. You're fine. You didn't die. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
One little measly coat. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
It's still fine. I can still wear it.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of holes in it, and it could have been your skin, but don't think about that.
What?
Don't.
Coats or lab coats.
Yeah. Christ.
Yeah, the day my girlfriend at the time like found like the holes on my jacket, she was like, she knew what it was as soon as she saw it because she was a chemist.
Yeah.
And she was like, Aiden, what is this? Like giving like the mother
Yeah.
Like the tone that a mother would like a kid who has got cookie crumbs on his face.
Right, exactly. All right.
She's like, were you wearing a lab coat? No. Were you wearing goggles? No.
Oh, jeez. I mean, you know what? You said it best. You fucked around and you found out. All right.
Yeah.
Could have been worse, but you did it.
I mean, hey, dude, you know what? Last night we were fucking around in the lab because it was the last night before we took a week off.
Sure.
Like, it was the last business day of this year.
Yeah.
And it was like 11. We were leaving at 11:30. We had a bucket of dry ice that we were keeping in an incubator to get rid of it. And then we had also mixed ethanol with it to help it dissolve like quicker. Mm-hmm. And I went, hey, what if we like, I don't know, just poured a shit ton of hot water over it? And my coworker looks at me with a look of like fear and dread on his face, and he's like, because we don't add water to dry ice.
Yeah.
And I just giggled, and I'm like, well, I mean, you can. Like, we technically, that methanol solution is only 70% methanol. That's 30% water. And he went, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's find out. Let's look around.
Oh
He
my
grabbed like
God.
a squirt bottle and like starts like squeezing water into it, and I'm like, yeah, coward.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. I
See, not only am I personally unsafe, but I encourage others around me to be unsafe.
noticed and noted.
When I was interviewing for the position,
Sure.
one of the people who I interviewed with, because like I had like 4 interviews back to back, in the same day, and I met with like various people throughout the business, and they all knew me because I've worked there before. And I was meeting with someone who was like the head of the chemical safety officers. And he was like, hey, you know, we don't have any safety officers like in lab. They're like, hint, hint. And I was like, yeah, you know, what I actually would be super interested in joining the chemical safety officers once my schedule kind of like dies down a little bit. Like I think it'd be something that would look like super good on a resume, and I'd be interested to learn the processes, like and how to be safe while also being GMP compliant and OSHA compliant.
Right, of course.
And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And I've still not visited his office.
You know what? That's good. I approve.
I am actually interested in being a chemical safety officer.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, sure.
But just because it looks good on the resume, I don't give a fuck what they do in the lab. I just
want to look good on my resume.
When they go, hey, was Aiden a chemical safety officer for you guys? They'll say yes.
Yeah, exactly. Just yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because legally, they can only answer yes or no.
Hate that. Hate that you said it that way too. All right. I think that is well enough for the evening, everybody. I hope you've all had a great time and learned something. At the end here.
Oh, hold on. Can I get actually link to chat?
Sure.
If there's like any questions or anything.
Sure. I don't. I've asked them for them.
/ also seeing people react. What the fuck gives me life.
I understand. There you are. You can have a nice read through that one. But
no.
But we'll wind it down here, and I'll tell you all about all of the things that we do that help support the show, and then we'll let you go off and enjoy your holiday weekend while I think about how I'm going to spend mine watching Friday the 13th, and so hey. We have a website that you can go over to, and you can see all the things that I'm about to talk about. If you want to, I've got to update the show list itself. The S stands for suggestions in OSHA. Stop. On that website, you can go over and get our custom dice for $15 through a little thing, and I will. As long as you enter the information correctly, I will send you it through the mail, and you will receive it, and you will have a nice set of our dice. So go over there if you want the dice. Other than that, of course, you can be one of these lovely people who donates to us on the Patreon, or go over to Ko-fi if you want to do Ko-fi instead, and you can do it over there. Hell, you could even do the one-time thing. Hell, this is how you could give money if you want to submit characters or whatever to giving us things for the future campaigns. You can do it through Ko-fi because it does one-time stuff if you don't like PayPal or whatever. So, thank you to all of our table flippers, of course, who have been giving us a monetary compensation, as well as those of you in chat, of course, who come to the streams, or those of you who watch and all of that stuff. But these ones, they get the big shouts. So, a thank you to our tier 4s, that being Draco Kraken, Mog Zero, Rick, aka Unit Rico, Slazer, and Steely. Big thank you to all of you for giving us that insane amount of money that you continue to and have been for a while. And of course, a thank you to Crimson Rose Armok, aka Lux, in tier 2. Thank you as well for continuing to support us so generously. And of course, a thank you to our tier 1 contributor. If you would like to join, go into the links in our description, of course, to learn about everything that you can do to help us in that kind of way. You can also, of course, go over to TeePublic, and while we are in the spirit, you can get the current logo on whatever you want through this lovely site, whether it be a hoodie or a mug or whatever the hell. I see that. And of course you can get the previous logo as well. And last but not least, you can go over to Humble Bundle using our link in the description, and anything you buy through the link will support us, as well as Tabletop Alliance, who also has a link in the description for you to peruse how they help with their charity work using tabletop things. Right now, there's a good Pathfinder Legacy bundle for, I assume, all the stuff that Pathfinder had before they did the new version of the core rulebook and everything. Yes, that's what this is. And it's still perfectly usable and perfectly good. There's also apparently 2023 cinematic adventure RPGs. Now, I've seen these, and they're all like movies, but apparently they're RPGs, and I don't know anything about them aside from that. But I've seen stuff like Escape from New York right here, and Pacific Rim, and Total Recall, which is strange to me in the sense of, I don't know if these are just you play the movie, basically. I don't know. But maybe that's something you're interested in. Go do your research. Don't just buy things because I tell you about them. Though, I can't stop you. I'm not your dad. So, let me think. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, I never talk about it, but we do have, like, you can, like, send us an email, or we do also have a P.O. box that I mostly just use for the shipments of the dice and everything, but that's also a thing. It's in the description. Not a shill thing, but do remember that next week, we're doing Garabingo for the final bit of the year. We are doing our final Garabingo of the year. I'm hopefully gonna get I'm hopefully gonna get some other people to come on with us, and we'll see how it goes. But it will be you'll be able to win stuff again. If you want the stuff, you'll be able to choose just like we had last time. Though hopefully the second and third videos, if we do second and third, but probably just 2, aren't as disappointing. So be excited for Garrett Bingo.
By the way,
yes.
as something that I probably should have made sure to tell you in my story, Piranha will etch through plastics, like, eventually. It's not too fast.
Sure.
So I wasn't as worried about it etching through the wayboat, and onto, like, the table.
Sure.
Because, like, I just did this at, like, the second photo of, like, this is what my workstation was like.
Yeah.
It was just a regular table. I wasn't too worried about it etching through the plastic, as much as I probably should have been more conscious of the fact that it will go to boiling hot in a few seconds.
Mhm.
And when it has, like, pure cellulose that it's ripping the hydrogens off of, it also gets hot too.
Yeah.
And, like, it really could have melted the wayboat.
Oh my god.
It worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. Let's be fair, it worked out. You're fine.
This is why I tell people I more so bought my chemistry degree.
Fair enough. But yes, so have a good Christmas report will be on your desk Monday evening. Wow. All right. Not in the morning.
Evening.
Person's not dedicated, I see. You're not going to go far in this organization if you ain't going to give it to me in the morning, I suppose. But that's up to you. That's your choice.
Someone wants to spend Christmas with their family. Get a load of this guy.
Hey, at least I wasn't asking you to also fucking come in on Tuesday. Like, come on. Whatever, dude. All right. I am not the father. No, thank you. But yes, we do every time we do, even when we do gaming streams or whatever. I put a ping in the Discord. I make sure to. Very dedicated. That's why I'm spending more time with deer. Good point. But you know what? That's the out of the box thinking that I need in this organization, actually. So you know what? I'll let it slide. You can have it to me in the evening. Thank you. Okay. Come see Aiden's Hot Plate Lab. No. That's alright. It seems like a danger in there. I don't know about that. So, thank you once again to everybody for hanging out with us for the evening. Hope you enjoyed the chill vibes and just hanging out with us. Again, excited for next week for the bingo, the Gara bingo. Next, after that, soon, actually, at the end of January, we'll be at our start of the 5th year. So, we've been doing this for almost the entirety of 4 years, on and off, right, for weeks. So, enjoy, for when year 5 starts, where things are going to be pretty much the same. It's been going okay so far.
If you've liked things thus far, oh boy, do I have some good news for you.
I just plan on getting a few more things of the art department, as well as we'll probably next year start the next campaign of whatever we're going to be playing. Get excited for that whenever. And remember, if you're a patron or a table flipper in general, you will be able to vote on what we do next. Hell, that even includes us as hosts. So each of us can also vote. So we can fucking influence the decision. But I won't do that until...
None of you are allowed to vote on what I next do in lab. I do dangerous enough shit already.
That's right. So, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, and look forward to more things. Goodbye.
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 Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Get out of here. Why are you still here?
Get out of here and go celebrate Crimble or whatever.
Yeah, go have a kombucha time, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. buy. You know what? Buy some dice on the way out. They make great stocking stuffers.
That's right. Dice, our custom TableTalk dice, make great stocking stuffers. If you want something that comes in after Christmas, for sure. All right, bye.